The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, oh, let me get my mic. Yo, what it do? What it do? What does it do? Man, what a good game. What a day. What a day it was yesterday. It was. What a day. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let me make sure my mic volume be getting too low sometimes. Bear with me for a second. There we go. What a day. You know, we had to sit through all the Ohio State trash talking, the smugness, the arrogance. He said, put the bumps on, dog. He said, put the bumps on. Let's see what we got here. There we go. But yeah, we had to sit through all the arrogance, the smugness, the celebrating us losing to other teams. And I tried to tell Ohio State fans this earlier in the year. Us losing to Texas, that don't give y'all bragging rights. Yeah, you can talk stuff, but it don't give you bragging rights. You got to beat us. You thought because Texas dismantled us, that just automatically meant you was gonna do it. And I said this multiple times on multiple videos. The thing that sucks for y'all, Ohio State, is we got a lot of time to fix our problems before we play y'all. And the problems, we really didn't fix them on offense. But boy, old Winky said, I'm the OG. Wink pulled the OG card. He pulled the OG card and put a master class. 10 points? You know, I'm optimistic about defense. You know, I'm always optimistic about a defensive performance that you can, once you've seen somebody slow somebody down, you can do it too if you got the dogs. But even I didn't think he was going to be able to hold them to 10. And yeah, they missed some field goals, but that don't matter. That ain't our fault. You know, so it was just beautiful to see. And oh my goodness, well, let's not forget about this. Connor Stallions. Oh, it was all Connor those 3 years. Oh, baby, it's so glorious. It was all Connor Stallions. Stallions is gone. Oh, Garrison and wait a minute. I done brought up Garrison. Oh, man. Any of y'all seen Troy? Remember the movie Troy where Hector killed Achilles' nephew or cousin? Yeah, Hector killed Achilles' cousin, and then Achilles goes outside of the castle and starts screaming his name. That's what I'm on. Garrison! 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 Show your face. Show your face, dog. But you know, they was doing all that talk about Connor Stallions. It was Connor. It was Connor Stallions. It was Stallions. It was you guys cheated. You guys cheated. Oh, we're gonna get you back. Karma is coming to roost for Michigan this year. It's karma's coming back for them. All this talk about Connor and divine intervention in this season. All that talk about this mythical stuff and that. All right, shut up and line up and play some football. worried about the NOA. Oh, the NOA is gonna. Oh, your judgment day is coming November 30th. We're gonna beat you and the NOA. It's coming down for you, scum. Boy, shut up and line up. Shut up and get this line in. All that talk. I got to take these off. I can't barely see. I can't barely see the chat, brother. But yeah, you know, all that talking. Talk is cheap. You say Garrison called out. I'm about to put the link in the chat. Oh, he doing family time. I imagine he want to get, you want to, after what we did to them yesterday, after all this hype, you want to get your girl and you want to get your girl and you not holding her like this. She holding you like this, like, come on, babe. It's okay. It's okay. You guys played a pretty good game. You guys played pretty good. You guys almost beat him, babe. It'll be all right. Come on, stop crying, babe. Stop crying, babe. Oh God, boy. Oh my goodness. Let me put this link in the chat. Hey, the boy's so devastated. I'm so devastated about what happened. And that's what this one is almost sweeter than the other ones. It's like everyone gets better in some type of way. I can find each one of these wins. I can find a way that it's better than the one before or the one after. But right now, this one feels oh so sweet because they really felt like they were just guaranteed to beat us. There ain't no guarantees on that field. I try to tell people. You got to line up and execute. You don't come out. See, Ohio State fans, they thought, oh, we're 23-point favorites. So to them, they felt like, oh, they were going to start the game off being up 23. they felt like they was going to start the game up 23 points, up 20. Boy, shut up. You got to execute to get up like that. You have to execute. Football is about execution. You couldn't execute. That defensive line was in your backfield all game. Will Howard didn't get comfortable. When he was comfortable, Makari Page knocked him into the phantom zone, the sunken place. And he didn't even notice his coach was already there. His coach was already in the sunken place. He was already there. After the game, they all fighting, and Ryan Day just he a zombie out there, boy. That boy a zombie. Wake up, coach. Your team is about to commit an assault out here. So you might want to reel him in. He don't. Jack Sawyer about to choke slam whoever that poor soul was. Jack Sawyer about to choke slam somebody. He about to hit him with the rock bottom. Wake up, coach. I'm about to bring you up, dog. Boy, I love clowning these dudes.
Johnny,
how you doing?
That Apple video, I must have watched that thing about 9-10 times already. That right there, I mean, that's got to be your best work ever, man.
I appreciate it.
Nothing against spiritual beliefs or anything like that, sir. But I would imagine some of the churches in Columbus, I'm just going to pick one, Rock City, and they have that little room where you could go in if your baby's crying. I heard they had to put up tents in the parking lot today for the extra babies that were in church today.
Well, they trying to fight. They getting spiritual today.
I agree with you, man. This is one for the ages. I mean, I said it at the beginning of the year. I expect a national title. We could have went 1-11.
Mm-hmm.
As long as that wins against Ohio State, That's all that matters to me. And you would think that these people would learn, but if you think about it, Johnny, people like Garrison and some of the other Ohio State fans, they're spoon-fed on a daily, weekly basis from Fox, ABC, ESPN, with this slanted Buckeye narrative from many former OSU players and so forth, coaches, and they start buying into it. And this is the result. It starts all this chatter. And we could sit here and tell them, you guys haven't won anything of relevance since beating Clemson in 2020. And it's like it falls on deaf ears. And all of this outrageous behavior, it goes back to Woody Hayes, 1978 Gator Bowl. Clemson player intercepts the pass, game's over, pushed out the sideline right in front of Woody Hayes. He goes off and starts hitting an opponent from another team. Woody Hayes, that's what cost him his job. And that's what started this whole craze of poor sportsmanship. This win yesterday, and I'll get out the way. I imagine you have other people.
Yeah, go ahead.
But this win yesterday gave me so much relief, Johnny. I was really afraid. I love Moore, you know that, but I was really afraid that we were heading back to the Rodriguez and Hope days. I was just so afraid of that. And first it was Underwood. There's a Northwestern game. And I said, the team finally believes in themselves now.
Isn't it crazy how much that under us signing Underwood, it's like it turned a whole flip for the whole program.
Boom. It just changed the energy. And the team went out there and performed well against Northwestern, but they believed in themselves. And I start seeing it in some of those other games. We've talked about it where it's a close game. What are you jogging for, man? Run that guy. We were talking about that. I was really afraid. But that Underwood signing, Northwestern game, and today, especially today, Underwood and today does such massive things for our recruiting. And, anything's possible. We saw that yesterday. We have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Why not drop a bag in front of Dominic and say, hey, you're a kicker, man. Stick around for another year before you go
we need him.
And Graham, why not? Dude, you're going to go to the NFL. Pick up the phone, talk to Blake, call JJ. See what they think about staying another year. Because they're going to tell you in the NFL, it ain't the same. You're not going to have this. Stay another year. We'll give you a bag. We'll give you double, which you'd make as a rookie in the NFL.
Yeah.
If we could do some of that, some NIL, plus the recruits that Bryce is bringing in conjunction with, it's setting up, Johnny, like the old days. Underwood, then they're going to get Brady Hart in, redshirt him. He sits a year behind Underwood. Underwood goes off after junior year to the NFL. Brady Hoke steps right in. The machine's back in place, man, and we ain't going back. And I'm just ecstatic. Thank you for allowing me to share that.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Dom. Anytime.
You take care, Johnny. Go Blue.
Yes, sir. Go Blue. And Dom got the fresh jacket on. I know y'all think that thing was clean, boy. Dom got the fresh national championship jacket. I don't think none but players got that. He got the player edition stuff. That's OG with the crispness. He was crisp. Let me see. Let me bring up Steven. Dom out here fresh with the championship zip up player edition. What up, Steven?
What's good, Playboy? Go Blue. Everybody in the chat, go Blue. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all those good things from my man Johnny O, the next great Michigan vlogger. Y'all should support him. Don't just talk about supporting him, actually support this brother. He been in that car, that hot car in Tampa, riding some days, or giving us You know, his point of view. Come on, man. You got to get him in that Rolls Royce, man. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
But listen, man, I'm still on that. I'm on a high that this feels better than last year. The reason, even though they won the championship, the reason it feels better than last year is because last year it was like, well, Michigan, it's a toss up. This year we heard for 11 weeks, really longer than that. Oh, the Buckeyes are gonna do this. Y'all ain't got Harbaugh. Y'all ain't got Stallions. Y'all don't have the talent. We got all these returning seniors. And Michigan was like, okay, hold our beer. This is why the portal is not necessarily needed all that for Michigan. Michigan needs 5 or 6 guys. Y'all see now, Michigan develops guys. They beat the Buckeyes with a walk-on quarterback who didn't even throw for 75 yards. We don't need the Cam Wards. We don't need the Uyunglele's. Michigan, if you play for Michigan, it is a concerted team effort. They're going to beat you as a team. It ain't going to be the Michigan special teams. They're going to be the Michigan defense, the Michigan offense. Michigan, the Wolverines as a team are going to beat you. And you are going to remember this loss right here. This might break their fan base, but they're already on the cusp. The way they acting, man, like I'm talking about, the infighting, it's a civil war over there. The bloggers, it's a civil war. I'm telling you, it's bad because they expected all year to go into this game just because they're in Columbus. Now they're talking about the weather was cold. Newsflash, it gets cold in Ohio. That's the way it works. It's not California. It's not Florida. It was supposed to be cold. And I'm so thankful I was wrong about some people. Now, I wasn't wrong. I was wrong about Morgan, and I was wrong. And now JB Brown, now Dominic Zapata is who he is. Yeah. Johnny, they did their thing. Now this team, I knew they were going to lose. This is how I knew. The two ways I knew they were going to lose. One, anytime Ryan Day blows the whistle like too short in the beginning, like they're in the huddle just blowing the whistle. I'm like, that's one way. Another way, Caleb Downs had an interview. Y'all go listen to that. He talked to Coach Saban. They lost to Oregon because basically they played a lot of bad teams and they let the hype get to them. He said that he was like they were beating bad teams and they realized they were beating bad teams after Oregon beat them. So they listened to all these press clippings saying basically, yeah, y'all listen, y'all that. So they went into the Oregon game thinking, oh, we got them, and Oregon showed them. That mentality is throughout that locker room. They're trust fund babies. They are entitled. Their fan base is entitled. Their team is entitled. They don't know how to handle adversity because their coach doesn't know how to handle it. He was given a good team. He was given a good program, and it's still a good program. You just ain't Michigan. So as I said before, this is your best chance to beat them. They're not going to beat Michigan for a while because it's a mentality thing. Our line is soft. They is soft. It's like in Alfred, I'm glad he was trolling because these guys, they all they do was throw the ball yesterday. You want to prove to Michigan you're tougher than them. You can't. You're not. Your identity is Ohio State. Wide receiver you. That's what they call them, right? B wide receiver you. O-line you, Michigan. Defensive end you, Michigan. DL you, Michigan. Tight end you, Michigan. Whenever they field, all they got is wide receivers. That's the only advantage you got. Nothing else. So I'm not mad at some Buckeyes fans for being upset and one day out. I'm just saying this. This was your last best chance to beat them. What's going to happen Wednesday? When they get them 5? Well, now Michigan got some 5-stars coming. A lot of them. How you going to deal with that when you couldn't beat a team full of walk-ons and 3-stars and some 4-stars? How you going to deal with them now? Coach Moore's not playing. So I hope you enjoyed it, O-State. The year 2000, 2019. Hope you enjoyed it. This is on now. And I'm going to mute myself. Go Blue, baby.
Go Blue.
Got you. Go Blue. Appreciate it. We got Marcus in here. And let me read this chat. I'm gonna read this chat and then I'm gonna let you cook, bro. And then I'm gonna bring up like 2 or 3 of y'all at a time.
Do your thing.
Appreciate the super chat, Dom. Readings by Dom. Crisp like an apple. Appreciate you, Johnny. Hey, Dom had the crisp zip up player edition 2024 championship player edition jacket.
Oh, okay. He got some connections. We need to talk.
Hey,
we need to talk. He got a plug.
Dom, the Godfather, boy.
He got a plug. Yeah, I'm sporting my best Sharon Moore impression. Don't let this man fool you. This shit hot as hell. He be warm on the sideline because my neck sweat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm hyper today than I was yesterday. I've watched the game now 4 times, I think it is, between last night and the 2 rewatches this morning. You can hear a pin drop in this city, boy. You can hear a pin drop in this city. Like it is ghost town. Ghost town. I just was out. That's why I was a little bit late. I was hanging the Christmas lights, right? Obviously, I got my Michigan jacket on. I was feeling good. I was feeling motivated. I just wanted to get out and do some shit. You know what I mean? I wanted to go do something. So I hung the Christmas lights. I got my Michigan jacket on. Man, walking his dog with his wife, got an Ohio State beanie on. Oh, the eyesight avoidance. The eyesight avoidance. You see me. Oh, you see me. You wave at me and say good morning. You don't walk right past me because of this game. You say good morning, Ohio State fans. Don't y'all be acting like that. If they doing me like that, I can only imagine what they doing to Ryan Day. Just a masterful performance, man. I don't even know where to start. The fact that we had so many players out, you know, even unexpected injuries like Colston Loveland, losing Donovan Edwards in the first half. Going through the adversity that we faced, right? Getting down into the red zone, into the 10, within the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. 2 times we let it go. We get stopped on 4th and 1 in the first quarter. We throw an interception late in the 3rd or the 4th. Is that the 4th quarter? That was the 4th quarter that happened. Like, you could look at that 2 ways. You could either say, damn, we really should have blown them out. Or you could say, damn, we're fortunate to have actually won this game. You know what I mean? Like, I am just amazed that that game went the way that it did. Shout out to Johnny Oten's channel for all the pregame analysis. Shout out to House Divided on 30-minute Rivals. Because I swear to God, everything we said they had to do, except for turning the ball over, they did. They played a pretty good game penalty-wise. They played an excellent game of field position. They possessed the ball for long periods of the quarter. They ran the ball. And here's what I think is being lost on some of the Ohio State fans, because the running narrative that I keep going, even some of the Michigan fans, oh, they should have kept on the ball. Should have kept on the ball. Should have kept on the ball. My thing is, the reason why they focus on the run so much in this rivalry, it's not so much about what you put up production-wise. It's about what you limit on the other side. You want to be winning the rushing battle. That doesn't always mean you run it for 200 yards. That means you keep the other team from rushing less than you are. Right? And when you look at it that way, that kind of tells the tape of the game. That defines who's defining the line of scrimmage. That defines who's dictating the game. You want to be in the position of dictating the game. And Michigan was able to put Ohio State in a position they didn't want to be in, playing a game that they didn't really want to play because they controlled the line of scrimmage. It's not that easy they threw the ball 33 times, y'all. They threw it 33 times. It's not like they went into the tank. Will Howard's sweet spot is about 20 to 25 pass attempts.
Yeah.
So they went over his average. They threw the ball. You want him to go back there and pitch it 50 times. Okay, well, tell me how successful that's going to be when he threw it to the other team twice in 33 attempts.
He's a bonehead. I mean, it was like a lose-lose situation almost for him.
They lost the game when they lost the line of scrimmage. That's where this game goes. There was no amount of passing the ball to J.J. Smith that was going to happen that was going to get them out of the fact that they were losing the line of scrimmage. Right? J.J. Smith is a I want to talk about him a little bit. Beast of a receiver, very talented freshman, needs more wiggle. More wiggle because
he bullies people.
You know what I mean? As much as I would like to give him credit for just being a freak athlete, I don't think run him over is an acceptable move by the wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's offensive interference. So you 6'4", 230, you throwing me on the ground and going to catch the ball, boy. That's offensive interference. He's gonna need to come up with some moves. Because I do think that if they do end up making the postseason, that'll be something that opposing teams will begin to alert the refs about. Like, hey, listen, 4 is manhandling us to the ground before he catches the ball. can we get some offensive interference? I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing those flags come back up from him if they continue to play in the playoffs. What else, man? Khalil Mullins is a man. Shout out to Khalil. Feel bad for him that he didn't get the lion's share of the opportunity that he should have gotten all season. Dominic Savada is a killer. Absolute assassin. Super
clutch.
That boy got ice water in his veins. Shout out to Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Makari Page. Dog, you might have earned yourself some money yesterday. I don't know where you was going after this season before that game. Or honestly, well, let me say this. I didn't know where you were going before the switch to nickel. Didn't know if we was looking at undrafted, second day pick, you know what I mean, training camp pickup. Let's see if you can make the team. He's going to make a roster. He's going to make a roster. He's going to make a roster.
He's got more good film than bad.
Than bad film. I really honestly thought he was a mid to late round pick as it was, and then was kind of playing himself into that day 2, day 3 kind of range. These last 3 or 4 weeks versus good teams too, versus Oregon, versus Indiana, versus Ohio State, he's shown out. He's shown out. And a lot of this game, he was matched up man-to-man versus Emeka Egbuka. They had him in man versus Egbuka. So
Egbuka did nothing. He did nothing.
This is beautiful tape. This is beautiful tape for Miles Hinton. This is beautiful tape for Makari Page. This was beautiful tape if he chooses to go for Jayshawn Barham or Ernest Hausman, if either one of them choose to enter the draft. This was beautiful tape for Rayshawn Benny. Like just great performances. Great performances from the defense. What up, Boxing? Yes, sir.
Listen, man. Let's talk about it.
Sir.
Look, first of all, hold on, man. Hold on. Put this apron on, bro. Stop playing with me, man. Put this hat on, man. Stop playing. Yeah, and I'm wearing Buckeye colors. I'm trolling today. I'm trolling. You see me trolling. I'm a troller. Listen, man. Listen. First of all, I need Garrison in the front of the classroom.
Did he ever show up on y'all's stream last night? Did he show up?
I didn't know. I need him in front of the classroom. One, right? But that's what Cook. Tell him, Rip Star. But look, you guys were talking about certain players. Makari Page. I need him to the front of the classroom right now, too. Sir, I want to tell you, Makari, you've been cutting classes. You've been missing assignments all season. We've been upset. We've been calling your mother bad report card. But the biggest test of the season, you aced it, buddy. You aced it. Here's your diploma. You on your way, champ, because that's why we need it. Right when it counted. Makari Page played like the player we expected him to play the whole season. But let's get to the Buckeyes, right? Let's go down. Let's go a couple of months back. Remember, guys, Moore isn't over his head. Dog days are coming for Michigan. Y'all gonna see. It's coming. Dog days. Moore isn't over his head. Oh, this one too, gentlemen. We're the worst defending champions in NCAA history. History. So you just lost to them. It's not the laws, guys. It's not that we beat Ohio State. It's how we beat them, right? Colston Loveland just set the record for the most receptions by a UM tight end in a single season. And we didn't have him. So even having him was going to be an uphill battle against Ohio State. We didn't have him. Having Will, I understand because we adjusted life without him for the last 5 weeks. So, I mean, it still would have been great to have him. But Colston was a huge loss. You got to walk on quarterback, bro. He couldn't even throw for 70 yards. He threw 2 interceptions. He tried to give you the game at points. And we still won against that roster? 15, 14, 5 stars? Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. and all metrics for all my numbers. Yeah, Garrison, I'm talking about you, Mr. Statistician. Right? You like to write it down. I want you to bring those notes to the front of the classroom because I need to check them. Right? And then what they say, look at a kicker. He said, I feel confident in my kicker. Bro, he's in Taco Bell right now applying for the management position in Columbus.
Put in the bag, young man. Put him in the
Right
bag.
there. He's done. And you said something important, Marcus. And I was speaking, shout out to my man Mello, one of the very few reasonable Buckeye fans out there, and my brother Madman. We got to chat. Or we should have kept passing the ball. I say, guys, this is Big Ten football. And I'm going to tell you right now, Oregon is going to learn. This is their first year. Within 2, 3, 4 years, if Oregon is trying to run that same offense, it's not going to work. You got to run the ball. You have to run the ball. CJ Stroud, gentlemen, in 21 and in 22, threw for over 390 yards against us. And guess how much they lost by? It's not about passing. Use the trenches. The trenches, the trenches, the trenches. I like to use boxing references because this is what I do. You got Shane Mosley. Everybody know who Sugar Shane Mosley was. Undefeated. Considered one of the greatest lightweights. He go up against a guy named Vernon Forrest. He doesn't have the talent like Mosley, but stylistically, his style was just bad for Mosley. Michigan's style play is just bad for Ohio State. Doesn't matter who they have back there. It's just bad, guys. And again, it showed. Again, for the 4th year in a row, it showed. That's the bottom line. And my last thing, before I let everybody else get in the kitchen. Kyle McCord. It was Kyle McCord's for. You lucky. You guys are lucky. Kyle McCord. Well, last I checked, Kyle McCord had y'all 11-0 going into that Michigan game. Only one loss. That was to Michigan. Will Howard already gave you 2 losses, and you could kind of put it on him. 2 big interceptions, right? In the red zone, that led us to the red zone, and the Oregon game with the slide. What's the difference? There was no upgrade. Your bimbos.
Also, Kyle McCord is the nation's leading passer at the moment.
Yes, look at that. So,
if anybody cares. Yeah,
if McCord, gentlemen, if McCord had in the system again for the 2nd year, he would have been much dangerous. But I'm thankful for that arrogant, entitled, nasty, disgusting fan base. Thank you for running him out because they just think they the cream of the crop. And there's no fan base in the nation to deserve this more than them. It's like dancing on a grave, man. And I'm dancing hard. And you saw me with my champagne bottle. Hey, I was up there. And I'm telling you, screw them. I don't care. Let them burn. Let them fight each other. They deserve it because they swear that there's no team better than the Buckeyes. There's no fan base. And this Michigan team they lost to, bro, you know that this could be 8 in a row for Michigan, man. And not only this loss breaks them mentally, guys, this could break their program for years, bro. Because they'll be like, yo, I'm not playing with them. They still going to get their recruits, but this could have broke them, man. I'm telling you, it might be a long-term effect, this loss.
Gotcha. Ronnie, you on?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, bro.
All right. Well, hey, how y'all doing today, gentlemen? It's a wonderful day to be a Michigan Wolverine. But I find it very, very funny that, all of a sudden these Ohio State heathens, all of a sudden they can go to church today. Because I can't find no smoke on any type of social media platforms, and I'm out here hunting for it. I can't even find not one of them talking. So I think that's very funny to see that. I kind of knew that this game was going to go the way it will. You always are kind of like, can we really pull it off? But I knew we were going to pull it off when I saw our boys going out there marching to Chief Keef Finito. Like when they were coming, I was like, oh, they about to roll something out here today. So I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, they ready to play. They ain't out here shucking and jiving like a lot of these Ohio State players do in their little pre-games. I can't even recall what they do, but it kind of like what's up though? It kind of like it talks to the culture change, because when Davis Warren, in all of his infinite glory, threw that pick in the red zone on the goal line, lesser Michigan teams would have folded from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would, because it was so critical. Like when Shea Patterson's of the world, we used to fumble the snap on the 1 yard line. You could see our defenses just kind of gave up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That speaks to the culture change that we've undergone through the years. And I'm so proud of my boys. And I don't like to wish injury on nobody or placate on any type of injuries, but I don't know if y'all feel this way, but I feel like the Donovan Edwards injury was kind of like a silver lining for Michigan, because it allowed Khalil Mullins to set the tone all game.
Yep.
Instead of waste carries on a one yard or 1 yard loss, which Donovan.
That wasn't the Donovan game yesterday. That wasn't the game for him.
And it forced them to actually do that. So I was I'm not saying I'm happy because I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but it was kind of one of those things that looked out for us. Zavada is an absolute beast, like y'all said.
Killer.
And which is crazy, because we just came off the tail end of the Money Moody era.
Mm-hmm.
We've also had Jay Feely come through here. So I'm trying, he's like in the hall of kickers in regards to Michigan allure, because we've had great kickers and he might be at the top of the bill, which is crazy to me. Jack Sawyer. So Jack Sawyer, the funny thing is, when he wrestled that flag away, that was the best move he's done. Well, he did have a pick, but out of the 4 games that he's played Michigan, I think that's the best move I've ever seen him do, because he can't get nowhere near our quarterback in the game.
No.
So I thought that was very funny. And I laugh at these Ohio State fans with all their look, because they deserve this. They really deserve this. They deserve everything that comes with them. All the criticism, all the tears. They deserve this more than any fan base in the world, because they're so damn arrogant, and I can't stand them. They whine about their prize recruits and all. They 5-star this, 5-star that. Well, guess what? Your 5-star Caleb Downs just got 2 losses in the calendar year to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So take that apple with you.
Made history.
Yeah, exactly. Made history. Lost to Michigan twice for the first time ever. So I know y'all was talking about Makari Page, and the boy had a great game yesterday, and I was so happy for him. He was out there laying wood, and he got a crucial interception. But one good act does not erase the bad to me. He has been getting cooked all year. He has been out of position all year, and he's been missing tackles all year. So I love him, but I would not draft him if I was a GM. That's just me. I'm just saying that. So that's just my opinion on that. And then the last thing I'll say before I go, like you said, Boxing Maniac, and we gotta collab on some of these boxing things, because I love boxing too. But you had mentioned Shane Mosley losing to Vernon Forrest, I believe lost to him twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Ohio State fans, they don't understand what triangle theory is, because Shane Mosley lost to Vernon Forrest twice, but Vernon Forrest lost to Ricardo Marioga twice. And then Ricardo Marioga couldn't beat Shane Mosley. So it's like one of those things. Just because you beat Indiana don't mean you can beat us. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
So it's just one of those things where they don't understand that. They kind of got one-track minds, and I'm just so happy that they have to go another 365 days of misery. Off-season champs. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, champ, just hit me up on Instagram. We'll collab.
Absolutely. But that's all I got, fellas. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And thanks for letting me up, Johnny. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Go blue. Go blue, baby.
Cameron, let me read some of these super chats, and then you could go on ahead and cook, Cameron. New Life, appreciate the $5. Feeling good, incredible victory, one for the ages. That's a fact. And New Life again, anonymous sources that Brutus Buckeye will enter the transfer portal in the aftermath of Ohio State's dismal performance versus Michigan. Brutus ready to lead a team.
Brutus out of there.
Can't tell me nothing. Appreciate the $9.99 Blue Wolverine. And we got one more from Blue Wolverine, $4.99. Saban left the game after losing to Michigan. His day next to be pushed out by the victors. Yes, Lord. One more. And JG King, appreciate the $5. He said Ohio's entire offense, from the players to the coaches, were scared. Yeah, they did look like they were scared. That was definitely something that we was seeing, a scared kind of mentality. And then later in the game, you saw Davis Warren get a little mojo to himself, almost like when JJ in the fourth quarter-ish, you saw JJ get a little spring to his step during that drive. I mean, he threw a pick at the end of that drive, but you saw the same stuff. The sideline throws, the run up the middle. It looked like a poor man's JJ almost, you know. So, go ahead, Cameron.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Marcus hit everything on the head because just imagine Ohio State trying to throw the ball 50 times. That was going to be our 4 or 5 sacks right there. And Ryan Day knew the type of quarterback if he had, because he kind of get careless when pressure in front of him, like Warren. So he had to run the ball. He had no choice but to run the ball. So by him running the ball, we just better than them at right now. That's all it is. And we got to realize Ohio State been killing us for how many years? A long time.
20 in a row.
Thank you. So it's their turn. That's all it is. It's just their turn. It's just their turn.
They think it's supposed to be we supposed to lose every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
But no, it's their turn. And then it's gonna be another. I'm gonna be keeping it real. Like Manny Man said, it's gonna be another 4 or 5 years till Ohio State win. Because it's been like that. If you notice with the coaches between Ohio State and Michigan, it never been Michigan win one, Ohio State win one. When the team get the winning, they win for a while.
Yeah,
they win for a while.
They got the little brother mentality right now.
And there you go. And the only tough they had is after the game. That's all it was. And I appreciate that. Fight. You better fight.
They're trying to put
They was getting cleaned up.
Yes.
They was getting cleaned. Miles Hinton was giving JT Tuimoloau everything he could
handle.
Everything. Who JT?
Nah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody wearing 44 was on the field. I don't know if that was JT.
No, I didn't see him do anything really.
And that's and guys, if you notice, this is my theory. I think ever since he got the job, he was trying to get Underwood to come here. I think he was putting all his hard iron to bring Underwood here. Because if you notice, we never got rattled, even though we was losing. It was never people throwing other people under the bus. And if you notice, when Sharon Moore got the play call, it's a whole different team. It was a whole different team. You saw the toughness. You saw the smash.
That's a great point.
Because they won. Because if you just look back, look at all what he was saying. He was just chilling. And remember, he was giving Kirk Cameron the side eye. He was like, "Okay, nigga. All right. Okay, man. All right, man. Keep on."
Do y'all think he's gone or demoted?
Demoted. He's going to be demoted. Yeah, he's going to be on the offense.
Before they lost Brady Hart and Carter Smith, I was getting ready to say demoted. But now if you coming into this offseason conversation, all the quarterback room, he's sitting on Jaden Davis. If Jaden Davis transferred at the beginning of the spring portal, then he ain't got nothing to stand on to say, "Oh, this is what I built. This is the room I built."
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him to make that argument now.
I think TJ was saying he had a big part in getting
Sure. I'm sure he was around.
Listen.
In the room.
We need
You ain't right, bro.
Listen.
Hey, Marcus, I seen you on that show yesterday with the house divided. Yo, you had your man in the blender, man.
Why you say nothing?
Johnny, he had him in the blender. Dude was stuck. He couldn't say nothing.
But
I appreciate Josh for coming on.
Yeah,
Josh for coming on.
No, he a good dude. I like his facial expressions because he's funny, man.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, man. I like him.
Nah, he's good. He's like the 1 to 9 Buckeye fans, man. But that was good. But go ahead, Cam.
Nah, he a good dude. And I like Travion Henderson, man. He put his faith in God, man. I like how he talked at press car when they was talking to him outside the stadium. Man, that's a good young man, bro.
Humble. He's humble.
Yeah, very humble, man. He just
I'm
kept saying, "I
saying.
appreciate God let me get the opportunity to come out here." He called it divine intervention. I said, "Look at this young." I know it's a rivalry, but I respect certain people from that rivalry. I always have certain players like Ted Ginn, like that. That was something you like to see in space. You know what I mean? No matter who he played for, he was a good athlete. So I respect that. I respect the rivalry. But yeah, Travion, that guy.
Yeah, he was, man. But yeah, man, that's because I got to thinking because I was looking like, wait a minute, this looked like a hardball, but hardball promoted Sharon Moore to get this job.
Pretty
much. So I think it was because he was trying to get Bryce here. And he worked it so hard to get Bryce here, and you saw the capability of what happened to our team. Because let's be honest, y'all, if we ain't getting Bryce and we want talking about getting Bryce, I think he would have took the play calling after the Texas game.
Think so?
You think he knew back then that they was gonna flip Bryce Underwood back in week 2?
How hard he was working?
I mean, that you talk about call your shot. That's calling your shot for sure. But yeah,
that's why.
Marcus, I believe he did. Because on TJ, he said that, and then Devin Gardner pointed it out too that he, he finally, he said during these last 2 bye weeks, he finally got to sit down and watch lots and lots of tape. So that meant, like, yeah, he must have been working on that to build that relationship, even to get to talking to him. Then, the Dave Portnell stuff, Dave going to talk to him. Sharon Moore already opening up the recruiting department more, hiring the general manager and all these people. And then, I just think a lot went into flipping that kid because he always wanted to be at Michigan. I mean, the commitment video proved that he wanted to be here. You know what I'm saying? Just a young age. So
that hit me. How you go on Barstool and talk about us like that? And you had this recruiting video in your pocket. You had to have that edit ready to go.
Exactly. I just feel like, man, I just like I don't trust anything that the news say or anything. Man, you can't trust this stuff, man. You just gotta watch it and watch it play out. So
Rumor has it that Jim Harbaugh messed that up, and then
mess it up.
That was part of it was part of amending that relationship back with Michigan, and I guess letting him know, like, listen, that's the old regime. This is the new regime. This is what we doing. We need you here. We don't want you here. We need you here. We need you here. You're home. And I believe Johnny mentioned it on one of his shows before. Winning the Natty at LSU, it won't be the same as winning the Natty in Michigan, especially in your hometown. Down the block, bro, that you're gonna have the parade on your block. Like, yo, throw that on my block. Go through my old house, man. Because with that millions he got, he live in a mansion now. But the point is, is who doesn't want to put on for their hometown? Come on, gentlemen. We all pretty much come from a different city. I'm from New York. Marcus, you from Ohio, right? Johnny, you originally from Detroit, right? Or Memphis.
No, Michigan, Saginaw.
Michigan, see? So listen, if Michigan gave you an offer, you wasn't gonna take that?
No, I'm going for sure.
Shit, bro, I don't care if they want me to fold the uniforms. I'm taking that scholarship. I'll be folding that uniform, but I'll be playing for Michigan.
Go ahead, Detroit.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that was one of my problems I had early on with Harbaugh, is that he didn't really pay attention to the players in the state. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need people who understand Ohio State, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? We need people who understood the legacy, fully. But hopefully Sharon, with us getting Bryce Underwood, this is the pipeline back into the state. You know what I'm saying? Into the city of Detroit. Get some of these kids out the
The
city to
metro
come play for
area of
Michigan.
The
Michigan,
Metro,
not just
yeah.
the
Yeah,
outskirts. Yep.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Past
a
Tech,
gang.
Belleville.
It's a gang of talent here, and they always go out of state.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that in the 90s.
Lloyd Carr wrapped that up.
He kind of did. It was the last of it. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
But,
gotta think, bro. Like Sauce Gardner went to Cincinnati.
I know.
Yeah,
Sauce Bryant
exactly.
went to Kansas.
What's
Like
my man, the running back from Cass Tech that went to Ohio State a couple of years ago?
Weber.
Mike Weber. He was
Yeah.
actually committed to Michigan and
Yeah.
decommitted and went to Ohio State. That was
Yeah, so hopefully Sharon Moore gets back into the city, man. Gets back into the metro area, like you said. You know, it's like, you know, he go to Belleville right down the street from U of M. How could he not want to go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all he know. So, man, listen, all I gotta say is, man, these Buckeye tears have been so delicious.
Oh my God, it tastes great. Tastes great.
They've been so tasty, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been all over YouTube, man. They just, man, they devastated. You know what I'm saying? We did that, or they did that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's been a good couple days here.
Yes, sir.
So,
go ahead, O-Ra.
Yo, go blue. Go blue.
Blue.
Hell to the victors. Hell to the victors.
Yeah.
Yo, let me talk my shit real quick. Yo, yo, where's Ryan Day's beard at? Where he at? Where's was it back out Buckeye Battle Cry? Where he at? Those guys were so loud in the chat, Johnny. Where they at? This is what I'm talking about, man. Dog, they were up in here more than I was. Now where they at? That team is the softest, man. That's the softest. They want to fight after the game. And then can I just say something real quick about the goose stepping cops down in Columbus? Like, where else are they spraying players? Like, you don't see that anywhere.
Why is that happening?
Like, I've never seen that before. Like, and I've seen way more violent brawls at football games. Remember that Miami fight a few years back?
Yeah.
That was way worse.
They start, whipping out, the mace and start doing that to players. I'm surprised they weren't tasing players the way they act down there, man. But you know what, man? Like, I mean, just props to Wink. Like this rivals the performance 2 years ago when his steward mentor came down in here in the second half and held them to 3 points. He comes in here and lays them to 0 points in their own stadium. That is a all-time performance.
That's the real you get nothing right there, boy.
Yeah, man. Like, what can you say, dude? Like, they're just an amazing performance. I would also say, a lot of people are giving the Buckeyes credit for their defense credit for how they played. I don't. You gave up 13 points to a team that cannot make a forward pass, that has a walk-on quarterback who threw two picks and couldn't even get 70 yards. Like, you should have shut this team out. If they were any good, they would have shut this team out. They couldn't even do that. So they don't even get any props from me. That defense was trash. Their defense is trash. Burke is trash. Sawyer's trash.
JTT has been at Ohio State for 4 years. He has 0 sacks versus Michigan. Not only does he leave with no win, he has 0 sacks for Michigan. He was the number 1 player in the country, 100 grading on 24/7. All that for 0 sacks over 4 years.
Great.
He should give that money back.
When he playing 2 sports when he came to Ohio State?
Say it one more time.
Wasn't he playing 2 sports when he came to Ohio State?
Yep.
Dog, he needs to play the other sport, whatever that was. He needs to play that because it's not football. It's not football.
I mean, my thing is like, listen, I've been pulling for Sharon Moore all year. You know what I'm saying? The offenses look pedestrian at times, but at the end of the day, I always felt like all season, if we had a decent quarterback, we would have still been at 10-11. We would have been in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because our defense is still solid. They just spend too much time on the field. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't put together them consistent drives like we did the last 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? So the defense is overexposed. You know what I'm saying? If you balance that out a little bit, you know what I'm saying, with some ball control, some time of possession, man, we would have been in the playoffs this year. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Johnny, you hit it on the head last night. If we have competent quarterback play, this is a controlled butt whooping. Like,
Yeah.
like if we have like Wilton Spate, this is a 20 to 30 point win. Like 30 to 10, something like that. Like
if we had Kate McNamara, this is a
Yeah.
blowout. If we
Yeah.
had Kate against Indiana, we beat
That was a blow. Yeah.
And against Oregon, we probably have the ball to take the lead. Do we win it? I don't know. So listen, man, it's a lot of what ifs this season, right? We can't bank on it, but we got what we know. What we know is that we beat Ohio State. We know that. And we beat Michigan State in the same
we did in last night's game. The 2017 game with John O'Corn, right? We was right there. And we just didn't have enough to get over the hump. We won that game yesterday.
Yeah.
We won the 2017 game yesterday, basically.
And you know what, Marcus? I'm glad you brought that up because this is the one play people forget. Michigan is up 14-0 in that game. Ohio State is driving. This is the 2017 game. Metellus drops an interception right in his hand. He drops it. They score on that touchdown, and that changed everything for the game. He gets that interception. It's a different game.
But, and that's the thing about
is that the same game they took that first down from us? What year was that?
No, that's 2016. 2017 is when JT Barry got hurt. Rest in peace. Dwayne Haskins came in as a relief, and they still beat us.
Yeah, I remember that.
The games is about big plays. Like, if Makari drops that interception, Wesley Walker let one get through his hands. If you don't make those plays, the Amir Hall interception. If you don't make those plays, those are game-changing plays, game-winning plays. You just got to make them. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to Makari. Makari's had a rough year, man. Like, he's been playing out of position all season long. But you know what? Like, he came through in the big game. That boy could always hit. He could always hit. That hit he put on Howard's like, I ain't in Kansas no more. He's like, I'm not in Kansas no more.
That changed the whole complexion of the game right there. That's what changed the game right there. We put that
Howard was concussed all game.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I could have stayed in the Big 12 and I never got hit. No, I came up to Michigan for this. No, like, what's his name? Quinton Johnson, whatever his name is. Howard, all of them learned about this rivalry. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing like this anywhere. There's no rivalry like this. It's for blood. It's for everything. It's for everything. Like you see how the fans react. You see how the players react. Like they can't go home now. They can't go home.
You know what's so funny to me is that last year, you know what I'm saying, on top of the they had a bunch of excuses, of course, you know what I'm saying, and Kyle McCord was one of the excuses. Oh, if we get rid of Kyle McCord, you know what I'm saying, we've been straight. We had a quarterback, so they put all this stock into Will Howard. I mean, whatever his name is, put all this stock into Howard, and he trashed too. I think Kyle McCord is a better quarterback.
He's a better quarterback. Just upset number 6 Miami, and look at the performance he put on. And Kyle McCord has been lights out. Kyle McCord's been lights out all season. Kyle McCord may have bought. If anybody's been tracking Kyle McCord's season, Kyle McCord may have bought himself a first-round draft selection this year.
Yep.
Kyle McCord has been lights out, man. It's ran. Look. I love it. Now keep as many idiots as you can around, please. Don't fire Ryan Day. Keep him around, man. We like Ryan. We like him.
Lifetime contract.
Lifetime contract, man. Yeah, I like him. I love him, bro. I love when a complete moron is running the ops operations. I love it. I love it.
Did you hear his post game press conference? He was like when they're talking about the 12 men on the field, he's like, we panicked. We panicked on the sideline. No, we didn't know what to do. He used that word panic. Like you're
big man. You're right. You exactly, dog. He ain't got that kind of mental, and he's not like that. And Ryan Day has never been like that, man. See, any coach that says we panic, but the correct response is I panicked. You were the head of the ship, brother. You were the Stan Van Gundy of college football, bro.
But it's what it is, out of a timeout because they were coming out of a timeout. It's not like Michigan was running like a rush, like a hurry up offense. Like you were coming out of a timeout. Like how are you?
He doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have it in him, dog. He's not like that, man. This man is. It's. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. It reminds me of a sermon I heard one time, man, when the pastor's talking about be careful when men elect you to an office that God appoints, because what happens is when men elect you and the Lord ain't called you to do it, your character doesn't match up with what is automatically expected. And see, this is what I'm saying, man. He was a man that was given this job. He didn't earn this job, etc. He didn't have any credentials prior to this job that would garner an Ohio State selection to lead that team. He was turned over to these things, and then you find out a few years later, it doesn't matter how much you give a man that's just not qualified. He's just not qualified. Point blank.
Yo,
look, and I love it.
Listen, I almost wish that they would go ahead and go far in the playoffs just so they won't fire his ass.
Yep.
Yes. Hey, I want them to win the Natty.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Win the Natty.
Let's not go that
I can build all this to say it though, but yeah, you get the idea. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I mean, you know how broken the fan base is right now. They're over here talking about like we can win the Natty and it still won't matter. That's how broken they are.
And Big Dog, that's why I said I want them to win it.
Said that. Multiple,
and that's why I said I want them to win it, because it doesn't matter. I'll be honest with you, man. Who's their AD? Rick Bjornsson or something? Brother, Bjork something, man. Brother, I really would not be surprised if they actually won the national title and Ryan Day still got dismissed at the end of the year.
That's crazy. That's insane.
I know it is, brother, but at the same time, it's not out of the possibility of happening, man. But this is the thing, man. I've been, and J.O., you remember last time I came on the show, man. I appreciate you for having me on once again, fellas, and hope everybody's doing well today, brother. Brother, I've been on Sharon Moore's side the entire time. I've been backing Sharon Moore, pushing Sharon Moore. Sharon Moore has got some coaching genius in him, man. This guy is. It's one of those things, man. When you turn your team over to a new guy, no matter what. When we talked about this last time, no matter what genius you have, no matter what level of talent you have to get the reps at this level. The same thing is when we get these new recruits in next year. Yes, they're 5-star. Yes, they're so-called game, program changing recruits. But they're going to have to get their bums first, man, before they make a true impact on this level. And that's just the bottom line, man. Brother, Sharon, and I never understood what the push was for anybody to talk about Sharon needs to lose his job. Sharon has won every rivalry game this year.
Yep.
Facts.
Sharon has won every rivalry game. And what kind of team does he have, man? You get what I'm saying? This is the thing with the quarterback situation. People don't realize, look, Urban Meyer, this is what sometimes I don't understand or like about the fan base, man, for heads that aren't really educated in what we're looking at. Urban Meyer put it perfectly, because this is exactly the scenario that happened with Sharon getting hired in the transfer portal. Jim Harbaugh took the job with LA 3 days before the portal closed.
Yep.
Who are you going to
So who was he supposed exactly? Everybody's NIL deals negotiated. Everybody was worth something to sign, man. There's no quarterback out there. So who are you going to get? Sharon Moore is put in between a rock and a hard place, man. All your top level talent is gone. You don't have enough time to get any impact players out of the portal. You know what I'm saying? And so what was he supposed to do? Yet all this being said, my man comes in with a walk-on quarterback who will be selling car insurance next year. A quarterback that should be playing tight end. No real running back. You have to convert your linebacker into a running back, and thank God he did, because that guy just once again got him an NFL career out of switching positions. But this is the level of creativity he had to have just to have a season. and somehow Sharon Moore pulls a bowl appearance and all the rivalry games out of that before he even gets his guys in there. You talking about fire Sharon Moore? Come on, man, quit it.
Yeah, and we're still running hardball system. You know what I'm saying? We still got all of his players. So he hasn't had a chance to even implement his genius here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I was hoping. Like they just didn't give up on him. And I've been like you. I've been pushing for Sharon Moore all year because they was coming for his head after the Texas game. And it's like, that was like the second game of the season. And it's like, bro, y'all gotta relax.
They gotta chill. I'm like, bro, it's been 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah. First of all, my man in the bottom, yo, take this
What up, big
apron.
man?
Cause you cooking, fam. You
Appreciate you,
cooking,
fam.
man. You in that
Appreciate you,
kitchen.
my guy.
Look,
Appreciate
I'm gonna say another thing that I didn't like yesterday regarding Gus Johnson. He said 2 comments that rubbed me the wrong way. Right after
bias
the game,
Gus.
I
Bias
couldn't
Gus
listen to that
Johnson.
bullshit.
yeah, he said right after the game, he was trying, his own quote of Sharon Moore. Oh, I didn't cheat this year. We didn't cheat this year. Insinuating that we did cheat. Opposed to say, if y'all thought we cheated, we could put that to rest now. He made it seem like we did. That's one.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
2,
Gus,
he said that Michigan initiated that brawl. Come on,
No, he
Michigan,
didn't.
you need to show class. Bro, Michigan didn't do nothing. They just was going to plant the flag. In fact, they was waving it, actually. And then Ohio State came, and you blaming Michigan. Come on, man.
Bro, Gus Johnson been an Ohio State homer, though, man. That's why I'm not surprised. Gus Johnson was mad because they messed up his parlay last night. That's all, bro. That's all that is, man.
When Jack Sawyer intercepted the ball, I thought he climaxed. And I was like,
Yeah, he did.
Hey, for real though, Dad.
Bro, why my wife said the same thing Big Man just said. I swear my wife said the same thing Big Man just said in the game. That's like, and look, my wife's from Africa. My wife's like, what's wrong with him?
It was like, bro, he acted like Sawyer made this incredible. He threw the ball right to him. That's an incredible play. Like, get out of here with this.
and Big Man, not only was that an incredible play, that goes back to what y'all were just saying earlier in the show, man. Like, if we have competent quarterback play, this is not close.
Yeah, that's not.
They talk about things like, well, things have to go right for Michigan. Everything had to go just right. Okay, brother. The only thing offensively that was on the table for you two guys is 6 points. 2 missed field goals. Guys, we had 3 potential touchdowns, and if we have a semi-competent, if we can get a 1-star quarterback, makes those obvious throws.
Yep.
What was Davis Warren passing the ball to, man? Davis Warren looked like he had a parlay on this game. Davis like he was out there. Davis like he was out there point shaving.
Hey, I appreciate all the heart and effort he put into it out there, but come on, dog. Like he Johnny Noodle arm out there. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm like,
I appreciate it. Yo, that run he had when he took it up the middle he just ran into the middle of the zone. Man, that was the play of the game right there.
He's sneaky athletic, man. He's sneaky athletic. I don't know why they didn't let him pull the ball once or twice. He would have got a couple of big runs if they would have let him do that.
Well, hey, man, you see this comment from this dude right here? It's not Ryan Day's fault. It's the OC, Chip Kelly, for playing into Michigan strength or not. Brother, man, hey, look, dog, let me say something. Ryan Day is the CEO of the sideline, brother. Any buffoonery that is going on there is his fault.
Yeah.
Bro, stop coping. Go spend the Sunday with your wife, man. Do something, brother. This is hard cope. Hard cope.
Yeah, they don't get mercy. All your OSU fans get no mercy, bro. That's it. That talk shit all year. That talk shit all year.
I'm here for the tears. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for
all of them. Yes.
Yo, I just want to say one more thing. I want to hop off.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad, Marcus. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, put Buckeyes battle cries comment up there about us not knowing how to win. That's why he's from Michigan and doesn't root for us, fam.
Yeah, exactly.
If not knowing how to win gracefully is the reason why you're a Michigan resident and you root for Ohio State, you all backwards. Your mind not right. You're not looking.
What?
Got them
What the?
scarlet color glasses on, bro.
Don't know how to handle
we
winning.
don't have to win gracefully. We gonna come into the shoe and take a shit whenever we want to, because it's Michigan South. Okay,
Yep.
and if
Walk
you
into
don't
your
want
trap,
that
take
to
over your
happen that
trap.
way, be
Bang,
bigoted.
bang,
Because y'all used to
bang.
go
Bro,
to the big house and do whatever y'all wanted, talk however y'all wanted, treat the fans however y'all wanted, get on the bus, go home, and laugh about it all the way. I don't
hey,
want
and
to
leave that
hear all
comment.
of this morality politics about how we supposed to handle the win.
Exactly. Leave that comment right there, man. Because I
You
want
and every other Buckeye fan can hold hands and cry together.
exactly.
Don't give a shit.
This is
See
oh
that
my
shit?
god, dude!
Exactly.
You're living in an alternate reality, dude. Like, what are you talking
Yes,
about?
brother.
Like, Ohio
College
State,
football.
when Ohio State just this season. All right, let's not even talk about when Trussell and Meyer were there and you guys were whooping us every single year. Let's just
Talk about the
this
Indiana
year.
game.
This year, let's talk about this year. Leading up to this game, y'all were cooking, saying that you were gonna beat us to sleep, paying 100 when you had won in 3 years. And now we can't handle winning. Get out of here, dude.
No,
Get
Bro,
out of
look,
I'm the
here.
bro,
Stallions.
This is
I'm the
morality
Stallions.
coming from Buckeye
Honor
fans. They're like the
Stallions.
worst
Yeah,
fans in the
brother,
nation.
the
bro,
worst.
talk about talk about Ohio State's behavior against Indiana, man. Talk
Yeah,
about that.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
You know
saying.
what I'm saying?
cigarette.
Exactly. Look
Cigarette. All that.
exactly.
Cigarette.
Look at that, bro. This is why I'm saying I hope they keep Ryan Day forever. But I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah.
you, Ryan. I'll bring the bet. Ryan is gone, man. So that culture is fractured. They are a
Yeah.
reflection of the team. Ryan Day is a weak man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Day is a weak man. Point blank. He's mentally weak. His
He not ready.
constitution is he's not. He never will be, brother. He's not
Yeah.
cut for this, man. Some people either you got it or you don't, and he's not cut for it. And look, Ryan, dog, this is not. I'm not even coming at your neck for real, man. Brother, you make $10 million a year, dog. Go ahead, man. You got a bag, man. You got a wife and 3 kids. Go somewhere to Cabo San Lucas and enjoy that, man. Go ahead, dog. Go
Hey, he
ahead. But
gonna
this
have
is
to.
not for you. He gonna have to. He's got to go, bro.
They
Did
they
you
want to
see?
they want to hang him. You know
They
what I'm
want to
saying?
hang him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to go. Unfortunately, but he got to go. It's just that's just it with that, bro. Did you see? Look, me and my wife stayed up, and my wife, as I said, man, my wife doesn't even understand American football like that. But me and my wife are watching on YouTube, like some of the local news runs from Ohio. They go up on YouTube,
Man.
dog. You got guys, man, having existential crises. On some of the interviews, man. It was a dude. If I could even put the link in the comment section for y'all to click, it was hilarious, bro. It was a dude sitting up there like, yeah, all right.
Yo, I'm here for it. I'm
4
here for
years,
it.
and they
Nah,
never lied. Like I don't know what to say. I'm not a grown
there
man.
there are Ohio State
Stay right on
fans.
top.
There are
They
Ohio
have
State
another
fans.
game that followed us. I think
I
it
tell
was
you.
Arizona
Yeah.
State, Arizona, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Right after our game. Do you know that
Mhm.
they kept it on Buckeye Fever for a good 30, 35 minutes and cut into the game so that they could
Yes.
be interviewing coaches and talking
Mhm.
about the game? I'm like, there's a national game on right now. So I'm
Mhm.
going talking to Maze, and then like they flip back over to the actual game. There's 3 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm like, did y'all
Yeah.
take the game coverage away so y'all can keep talking about your post game?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yo, let me just say this last thing. I'm gonna hop off. Yo, like it all comes just like Kyle McCord said. I don't know if y'all saw his press conference, but I root for
Yeah, I
that
did.
boy. He said, they were like, you put up 400 yards today, beat Miami. Ohio State loses to Michigan today. What do you gotta say? It's like it all comes full circle. And
Hey.
There it is.
just like this rivalry,
Exactly.
you guys
Yep.
had your little run. Now we're having our run,
Yep.
and we
Yep.
had to eat it. Now you got to
You
eat
got to
it.
eat it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to
Yep.
eat it.
Fact.
Now
Fact.
eat your
Yeah.
eat it, and don't say nothing. Just
That's right.
don't say nothing. Just eat it. Don't fight
Yep.
after the game. Don't hop on message boards, before the game talking about, oh, you lost to so and so. You can't beat us. We can lose to anybody. You can't beat us. We're in your head. We live there now.
We
Point
live.
On
blank.
the couch. Rent
But
free.
you see Jack Sawyer talk about your season is over. Your season is over, man, brother. Your
Loser.
season is over, dog.
Loser.
Yeah.
Loser.
Your season is over, brother.
Loser.
We can, what I'm saying, we can come in at 7-5, bro. Win all the rivalry games, get a bowl game, man. Got a top 5 recruiting class coming, but we sitting all right, dog. We
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah. We'll be all right. You know what I'm
We
saying?
be all right.
We
So
knew this
your
was gonna
season
be
is
a down
over.
year.
Go blue.
Playoff
We
game.
knew
All
this
right,
was
bro.
gonna be a
Go
down
blue.
year.
While
Yeah,
they getting their ass kicked in the playoff game, we'll be scouring the portal, getting ready for next year.
absolutely.
Yes.
So get a head
Absolutely.
start. Get a head start.
And hey, y'all, check this out. And so I was looking this morning, man. Apparently, there's 4 more now. There's 4 more 5-star recruits that were training other teams now are training in Michigan. Somehow, apparently, I don't know how true this is because you never know. But I guess now, what's this young man? This old lineman Sanders that was going to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Apparently now Michigan may have offered him, and Michigan now may be in the running. I think Ohio State's out, so now it's either Michigan or Tennessee.
Oh.
Hey, you know they offered.
Now, don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. But that's what I saw trending this morning.
They were the first team to offer David Sanders.
Yeah.
Okay.
8th grade or something like that. So
Okay.
I can see that.
So now they say he's out of the running. They said what's his Quincy Porter may be back in the running. Young man, the quarterback that was still committed to LSU, he's now back in the running. We picked up potentially 4 or 5 commits last night from our top tier talent. And that was probably going to happen regardless because of the Bryce situation. But this is the icing on top, man, because once again, these young people see this is what Sharon can do with walk-on guys. This is what Sharon can do with 3-star guys, etc. Now wait when I get in there, man. Imagine what Sharon can do with me if I'm a 4 or 5-star recruit coming in. Sharon, I'm gonna tell you, bro, this is why I laugh at anybody not saying publicly, anybody that was coming for Sharon head like that looks like a complete boob now.
Yeah.
You're like a complete moron now. Because in the span of 2 weeks, dog, Sharon has become a Michigan legend, man.
Yeah.
This man is the only first-year coach to come in and win all the rivalry games, and now you get the number 1 player and potentially the number 2 recruiting class in your first year. Come on, man.
No, listen. It's Michigan is trending like Johnny and Marcus mentioned early in the show. Once Bryce committed to Michigan, bro, it was just a spark. We score 50 points against Northwestern. Then we go into the shoe, beat them. Bro, it's only up from here. It's only up from here. We get a good offensive coordinator that's going to be able to build around Bryce Underwood. And, bro, sky's the limit, man, for Michigan. We're going to go in the portal. I think we're going to get at least 6, 7 players, top 6, 7 players. Plus that recruiting class. It's going to be spooky in Ann Arbor for a couple of years. In a good way.
And there's rumors, too, that they said Ryan Williams at Alabama may actually want to come to Michigan now. They said, whatchamacallit, man, Alabama's falling apart as well. It's not.
Don't say that.
Go down here to Columbus. Talk to Jeremiah and see what he want to do.
Sure. Hey, everybody's in play, man. Look, everybody can repent, brother. Everybody can repent. Go ahead, man. It's all right. It's all right if you made that sin, young man. It's all right if you sin when you were a young man. We all sin when we young, man. Like, look, I get it, Jeremiah. You committed to Ohio State. Hey, young fella, I used to do dumb things when I was loud too. When I was young too, man. Come on, bro. Hey, it's all good.
Come on, bro.
Hey, y'all.
Come to the winning team.
Hey, I would like to ask y'all questions since the season over with. Who you think that might stay, that might go in the NFL, that might come back just for another year, their senior year?
Derek Moore. I think Derek Moore stays. I think Hausman and Burnham comes back. We already know
Howard gone.
Howard. No, who?
I mean, not Will Johnson. He gone.
Oh no, he gone. He gone.
Oh, Will's gone, bro. Will's a top 5 pick.
Graham is gone. Will is gone. Kenneth Grant is gone. Josiah Stewart is gone. So that leaves us. The question becomes, who becomes the other starter? Does Zeke Berry win that spot? I don't know if Amir Hall has another year of eligibility. So we got to see. No. All right. So it'll probably be Zeke and Hill next year as our corners. We already got a couple of guys who were injured, right? Magnum. We might could put them in the nickel, right? We still looks like Rob Moore's coming back. Rumor has it Rob Moore's coming back for another year. So if he comes back, that's one starting safety. And I mean, we got a lot of we got my man, the hitter. Hillman. Brandon Hillman.
Brandon Hillman.
We're good, but we need to get depth in the portal. That's what we need to do. And then you got Eno Etta. We got Echoes. I don't know. TJ Guy got another year. We got some dogs there, man. Michigan, the defense, I don't think is going to be as dominant, but it's going to be real good next year.
I think they'll be better next year, brother. I think this year, this game. So, for instance, the Bryce Underwood commitment really opened up the floodgates for us to get the top tier recruiting talent now. This game really opens up the floodgates to be able to get in that deeper into that portal now. When you get wins like this, man, people are going to want to come play for you now. Especially when you have a couple of story, franchises, a couple of story schools that they're in turmoil right now, man. So Oklahoma is in rough shape. USC is in rough shape. Alabama looks like they may have to fire Kalen DeBoer. No, seriously, no. Hey, bro, my family's from the South, man. So I still got deep ties down there, man. You got a lot of apparently, their local media is like there's a lot of clamoring that Kalen DeBoer. They're just going one and done him. It's just because it's a Ryan Day situation. You don't fit this culture. You're not a guy that can continue this Alabama culture. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Day was not a guy that can continue that Ohio State culture. He just does not have the mental faculty to do it. He just does not have the constitution to do it, man. He's just not that guy. And so people are already saying, Kalen DeBoer, like, you're a brilliant football mind, but somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just don't match up with what we want here. So that whole thing can implode. So we'll see.
I can see it. I always thought it was a strange signing when they got. I'm like, okay, he went to the Natty last year, but man, that was Michael Penix, dog.
That really was.
You know what I'm saying? But I never thought he was a good fit for Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy is that Alabama might sneak into the playoffs, and man, once you in the postseason, it don't matter what happened in the regular season unless you Ohio State, because Michigan broke their ass. They're gonna go into the playoffs broken, and I hope they get like a Tennessee in the first round and they get their ass whooped early.
Yeah, I don't think Al gets in there, dog. I think it's trending now. No 3-loss team is going to get it. And so right now, so after everything shakes out, believe it or not, the highest ranking 3-loss team would be Colorado. Yeah. After this season, it would be Colorado. They're not getting in. They have a better resume than Alabama. They have more wins against ranked teams. So if I'm not mistaken, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Last thing I read, last thing I looked at was Colorado actually does have the most wins against ranked teams for a 3-loss team this season. They should be in the playoff. They should have won the Kansas game. But for a 3-loss team, I think they have the most wins. So I don't think any 3-loss team is getting in there because you have enough 2-loss guys to justify, sneaking in there. Because think about it. You're going to go there. You're going to go to 10-1s. Then you're going to rattle down to 9-2s, more 11-2s. I'm sorry, my math. The 11-1s, the 10-2s. And then you're going to have enough 10-2s where the 9-3s are just not going to get in.
Yeah.
So Alabama's just not going to get in there.
Are we sure every 10-2 is going to get in too?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
They're going to get in. They're going to get in.
Yeah.
Unless Oregon loses. If Oregon loses to Penn State, that could shake up things a little bit, which I don't think.
They'll still get in. At that point, they'll be 12-1. So Oregon is guaranteed.
No, they guaranteed. Oregon and Penn State are guaranteed. Yeah. Indiana is guaranteed. Tennessee is guaranteed. Boise is pretty much guaranteed.
Yep.
Texas is guaranteed. Win or lose against Georgia. They lose. That's gonna be.
I don't know.
Yeah. There's too many twos for those back 6 spots. If you got the 4 conference champions,
exactly.
The conference champion is going to take those first 2 spots. Then the conference runner-ups. If they're a 10-1, right. 11-1, or a 10-2 team, those runner-ups are going to get those next available spots. So every 10 is going to get those last 6 spots. There's too many spots.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, speaking of Big Dog's point about Boise State, that's why I was like, Colorado was the highest ranked 3-loss team, because if Boise State lost, Colorado still would have had a chance to get in by strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So that right there, there's no 3-loss team that's going to get in, man. At that point, after the Boise State loss.
All right. We'll see, man.
Let me read these super chats, and then I'm gonna start winding it down. So if any of y'all want to say,
as a matter of fact, gentlemen, have a good one. Shout, go blue, baby.
Go blue. Enjoy your weekend. Go blue, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, Maniac. Yep, one.
Let me see where we at. Appreciate the $5 super chat. 23 Tails buried my dad yesterday. Didn't watch the game, but it put a smile.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that, man. Rest in peace.
I know how that feels, but I'm sorry to hear that. I'll keep you in prayer.
Yes, sir. Top Skill by Frank Howard. Appreciate the $5. He said, showing my due diligence. Great win, Johnny. You called this. Respect to the panel, Mama. Let me know when you make it back to Grand Rapids area. Go Blue Brad. Appreciate the $4.99. Johnny, you see how Ryan was looking after the game? It was like he had not a body experience. He asked one of the players, did this really happen? Yes.
I seen that just for man oozing down his neck. That's what I seen.
Hey, the thing that struck me about that is that, like, you could see him. He was mouthing like, "What happened?" And people, the players was just walking by him and shit. I'm like, he got no respect down there.
Hey, Johnny, can you believe Ryan Day's only 45, man?
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's 45.
He aging in dog.
Wow.
He's been losing.
I guess.
It's a hard job down there at OSU. And
Ryan Day look like Clint Eastwood right now, man.
Yeah, he aging like the president. You know
man, tell you. That's what I was thinking. Like, man.
Said that just for men is working overtime, huh?
I tell you, it was oozing all down his neck, man. That Beijing or whatever he be putting in that weird mug. He like, remember Carlos Boozer had that lineup years ago? That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's right, David.
I was like, I'll be thinking sometimes, like, do you ever think if you let the gray show that people would respect you more? They may think you wiser. It shows that you're a man.
Bro,
their gray show.
As a man, bro, I don't do nothing to hide anything, man. I'm a man, bro. Look, I appreciate the gray hair, man. More years, good Lord, than let me have this life, dog. Right? Yeah, bro, I ain't doing that, man. All this cosmetics you see a lot of these dudes doing and all this other stuff, bro. I don't do that. I get up, comb my beard, man. My wife twisted up my hair, bro. And that's it, man. No, when it,
or something.
Like I don't know what is the spirit of people want to be a kid forever, bro. You know, you live and you die, man. That's just life. I ain't trying to hide nothing.
Hey, I got one more question, y'all, before I get off the what's the name? Thank you for having me, Johnny. Okay, so I asked who all gonna stay. So how many people in the portal you think we should get? What's the number? What's the ideal number?
Whoever wants to come.
A quarterback.
You gotta see who you still got to see who leaves. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You say
gotta see who goes pro.
Right?
You gotta see who transfers.
Okay. Yeah, but either way, I say you do have to attack it aggressively, man. Like if you have top tier players or other schools that want to come that you know are upgrades over the guys we have now, you do have to attack it aggressively because look, college football is always been a business, but more so now than ever. You do have to attack it aggressively, man. So if you can get, as I said, look, we could have a great recruiting class coming in for receivers. If Ryan Williams from Alabama wants to come, get him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a 5-star DB who's a freshman or sophomore this year, he wants to come to Michigan, get him. You got to get him. You know, and these guys have to understand these are just better players than I am. That's the nature of the game, man. Period and point blank. You know, or compete, but point blank. But either way, as a coach, man, these young men need to understand. Coach has a job to do. Period. And so if I want to keep this job, he's bringing in old boy. If you take it as an insult because he's bringing in old boy, that means you really didn't want to be there because this is D1 football.
Right.
Facts.
So it is what it is.
I would say 7. I got the 7 right here in my head. 2 tackles, defensive back, a quarterback, a proven defensive lineman on the interior. Because as much as I trust our development, I would like a day one starter in there if possible.
Okay. I like that as well.
A day one running back starter. I love Jordan Marshall. I love Ben Hall. But again, they haven't been starters yet. So we're putting a lot of faith in what they could be as opposed to what we've seen them do. That's 6. What else? I say a quarterback.
I'm really big on the Ben Hall. Yeah, I like that, brother. I'm really big on the Ben Hall situation.
Obviously, wide receiver is going to be a big target for us too. So I think they've already got a crystal ball or a prediction for Donovan McCulley from Indiana. So that'll be a big addition. Wide receiver, 2 tackles, a DB, defensive lineman, and a running back.
Okay. What about you, Johnny?
About the same. You know, you need your defensive tackles, maybe an edge rusher. Might need another safety or a corner. What's that? 5, quarterback, 6, a few more offensive linemen, 8, 9, receivers. Because you got young studs coming in, but they're unproven. So you probably need about 11. I'd say probably 11 to 15 players, honestly.
That's right. My minimum was 10. So yeah, I'm more towards what Johnny was talking about. My minimum was 10. Because at the same time, we've got to be willing to upgrade. Sharon has to take advantage of this situation. He's created for himself a very good, all upside situation, but he does have to take advantage of it. And so he's got to be aggressive as possible. If these young players want to talk, if kids want to talk, he's got to listen to all these offers, and he has to realize, look, man, this is just a better guy than what I have now. I like you. Thank you, kid, but I'm bringing him in here. And so, yes, now look, if I bring, and then also to anybody we're talking to, we're going to compete for these jobs. There's no sacred cows, man. Period. We're going to compete for these jobs. So either or way, for those who are coming in the portal, because all of you get a piece of NIL. So you shouldn't be complaining about, having to compete because you're getting paid now, young fella. But I do agree. I think we need to target bare minimum, and kind of what Johnny's range was talking about, maybe 10 to 11 to 15, in between that 10 and 15 guy range. And we just have to be open, man, to upgrades. Right now, Michigan can have a complete 180 turnaround if they take full advantage of this year.
Yeah,
they can have a complete 180 turnaround.
I got a question for y'all.
Guys, go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, just real quick. I just want to know how do y'all feel about the OC? Did Sharon get him a new OC this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's already
absolutely.
You gotta already be working on that today.
Absolutely.
Who you think? Who you think? Any candidates?
Need to happen. We need a move to happen first for me to name my guy. I don't want to name him before.
I think I know who it is. I know who I would. I thought about it for a minute, and I think Johnny. We talked about this last show. Everyone. Think old boy from UNLV.
Okay.
Because that offense has been shown. That's not a gimmick anymore, man. You look at the last game. They ran a completely different scheme.
I still want our focus to be on controlling the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? And on both sides. Oh, I ain't worried about Wink. Wink know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But on the offensive side, I still think we need to be a running team. You know what I'm saying? That's who we are. So I don't want to get no gimmicky guy. You know what I'm saying?
No. And Mullins and Byron Leftwich isn't bad. Like that combination.
I'll say this though, like, look, I feel that, man. Look, I'm all about culture to a certain point. Sometimes it's time to change the focus and focus on what you have. Like, so for instance, man, we're coming in with the highest rated, quarterback prospect potentially ever, or at least in the last decade or so. You got to build around him. So I get this whole, we're Michigan, we run the ball, but that it's a certain level. Don't get me wrong, I feel you, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I'm not against understanding who we are and then make the Ryan Day comments that I made. I get 100% where you're coming from, but I do think we need to really evaluate what we have and base it around that, because sometimes what happens is, man, we're not used to getting a guy like this. And it's kind of the same thing I see with the Pistons development, right? We haven't had a number 1 overall pick in 50 years. You know what I'm saying? We finally get a guy, and we're talking about building teams like the Bad Boys and the go-to-work Pistons. No, you have to build around this top-tier talent. And you got to get guys that fit him. It's not about what was in the past anymore. It's about we finally get a guy, and sometimes the mindset can come from the standpoint of we're not used to getting these top-tier guys to build around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I hear you. I still do want the emphasis to be on, running the football as well. Almost maybe we can come up with a 50-50, 60-40 offense. But I do want to get a guy that showcases Bryce arm talent.
They need to be a team that has the ability to stretch the field, but still has a running identity. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's not hard to do. Georgia's done it. Alabama has
Yep.
done it. There be other
Absolutely.
programs that have a running DNA. They can run the ball when they need to, but they have the athletes and the play calling to stretch the field when necessary. That's where we need to be
Yeah,
at.
I mean, in a perfect world, because it's like I think people forget about the and see, this is why we've been so successful the last 4 years. Like people forget that running the football still wins the game more
Yeah.
than
Oh
passing the
yes.
ball. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Like
yes.
you have to run the football. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
as a strength, that's why we've been able to dominate college football again because we've gotten back to that
A
strength.
lot of people have
You
forgotten
know.
that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like
that's
so
true.
I don't want us to lose that. But I do understand though, like we got a talent like that. But when you got a strong running game, it's only gonna make Bryce better.
Better.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I
without a
said.
doubt, without a doubt.
That's
We
what I
can't
said.
abandon the run. I'm just saying we have to get a guy who's going to know. And I think our brother up top made the greatest point. He's got to know how to do both. We have to know how to stretch the field. We have to be
Yeah.
utilizing that arm, but we got to get a guy in there that can help him and alleviate that quarterback with the run. So,
Yeah.
and George is a great example of it, et cetera. Also, we got to consider the OC from Maryland as well.
That's what I was going to say. Mike
The
Loss.
head coach, the
Yeah,
H.
the head
Head coach. I'm
coach.
sorry, head coach.
Yeah.
That's something I've been thinking about as well. Like especially does Sharon need a little bit more experienced guy? With a proven track record because we have to look at what's their head coach name again, man?
Loxley. Mike
Loxley, yeah, Coach Loxley. Brother, look at his body of work. Both Tagovailoa brothers, man. Look at, I mean, I'm just saying, man, that right there to me would be a tremendous hire as well. He's got a tremendous body of work, so I'll be satisfied with that as well.
I like Loxley as well because he's a wide receiver guy. Right?
Yeah.
He's a guy who can help us get into these rooms and these discussions with top flight wide receivers and be like, look, this is what I did at Maryland. Okay. I was a wide receiver coach at Alabama. Come with me. Let me show you how we do this thing. Like he'll have a level of confidence he brings to a room. Like you said, his body of work speaks for himself. And honestly, before I saw it play out, I didn't think that the Chip Kelly move for Ohio State was the worst move in the world. I thought getting an adult in the room who was willing to take over the offense, the play calling duties holistically so that Ryan Day could do other stuff was a good move. I thought it was a good decision. Now, I didn't, there's no way we could tell how it was going to play out in the beginning of the season, but the idea of bringing another adult in the room feels like it would help Michigan out because it felt like
I still don't think Chip Kelly was a bad move, man. But Ryan Day lost in that game. That people, you're the CEO of the sideline, brother. Chip Kelly was calling that, and Ohio State fans can say what they want. Chip Kelly was calling that mess because that's what Ryan Day wanted. This was for Ryan Day's ego, man. Ryan Day's hubris buried his team. You can tell by the post game comments talking about they were trying to plant a flag, which they weren't. In the middle of our field, we're not gonna let them do that. Why would I send my kids out there to fight, man?
I mean, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't even know what was going on.
He didn't, man. But you can tell that attitude, that buffoonery was a reflection of Ryan Day's character.
Yeah, and he wanted to make, because remember I heard something very funny yesterday about how you know what I'm saying. Everybody remembers 5 years ago when he said, we're going to hang 100 on Michigan.
Yeah.
And he's only scored 85 points in 4 or 5 years, so he still hasn't got that 100 points. He
ain't got that 100.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yo, listen. He thought he wanted to come in and beat us up like we've been beating them up for the last few years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But y'all soft. Y'all not built like that. Y'all built on.
He's not built like that.
You not built like that either, right? You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I'm tired of people making fun of me. I'm tough. I can do it. He's like a kid that gets picked on at school, finds a Planet Fitness, sees a couple abs after a couple months, now all of a sudden he hard like that. No. You still who you are, man.
Yeah, all of that stuff, that was about him. He was saying it about his team.
Yeah, exactly.
We want this right now. Like all of that, he was saying it. It was about his team and his guys. We got a tough team. No. He was talking about himself. He was projecting.
He was projecting.
The team is a reflection of him. So
period.
The team that's a reflection of the coach. Whether it was Harbaugh, it was toughness. Even though he's older, it was tough. It was
That man
tough.
wants to squabble up like a
Yeah,
senior citizen over the
he's a weird dude, but he is hard. I give him that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no doubt about that.
Yeah.
He a scrapper.
Jim,
Always been a
Jim was
scrapper.
weird. Jim
Yeah,
was
no,
weird, but J.O. was right. He was still hard.
Yeah.
He always been a scrapper, always been tough. You know what I'm saying? Like he always been an overachiever. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah,
Jim does go for the neck. That's what I never can take that away from him, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and you saw it. You saw it at the end of the game this year when Ohio State tried to punk us, and look what just happened.
Yeah,
linked up.
Yeah. So everybody who's listening to this, that's a recruit. If you're about that life and you want and you tough, come to Michigan. Because
you gonna have to
we
prove
gonna
it.
take it. We gonna take it however you want to take it. That's what I noticed. And Michigan State did the smartest thing. I didn't condone it, but they did the smartest thing. They waited till Michigan was on the field and took a couple of their players. Because I'm telling you something, if it would have been head up, Michigan would have been it. Man, I'm telling you, this been going on for a long time, and I appreciate Jim Harbaugh, man. I do. He set a standard that we ain't with none of this bullshit no more.
Got you. Let me get. Is that your final thoughts, Cameron?
Yeah, that's my final thought, man. Woo, way to kick their ass. Go blue.
Go blue.
Yes, Archangel, you got your final thought?
I pretty much already said it, man. Great win. You know what I'm saying? Way to go, Sharon. I'm glad these young people, especially the underclassmen, man. A lot of the guys have a chance to come back in next year. Ended out on such a strong note, man. You know, and then we just excited to see what we have coming for us in the future, brother. You know, it is what it is. We beat Ohio. Ryan Day, brother, just accept the grade. Stop using just a man. It's all right, man. Come over to the other side. It's okay. You know, trust me, it's all right over here. And that's it, man. I appreciate it. And once again, I appreciate you for having me on the show, Johnny. It's always a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir.
Go blue, bro.
Yeah, man. This is my first time here, so man, I appreciate the platform and all the Wolverine Nation up in here. And thank you very much, man. This Go Blue.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
to the big ones.
Go
Y'all
blue.
be good.
So
got you. I know you say you had to go, bro. You got anything you want to say?
Yeah. I'll dip and I'll let you send us out. First of all, as always, you know, I appreciate you bringing me on. Appreciate the audience. Hell of a win, man. Hell of a time to be a Wolverine. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. The team. All of that good stuff. I guess we will. Are we meeting back up after the bowl selection? Are we meeting back up after the Big Ten championship? When's the next time we'll be here?
What's the championships next week?
So they got the championship on Saturday, and then bowl selection, I think, is tomorrow.
Yeah, so probably next week. Next week, we can talk about the playoff and all that.
Bet I will be here next week with Johnny doing that. Follow me at House Divided. Make sure you head over there, like, share, subscribe on all the videos. We had a quick reaction from last night's game up there, so make sure you check that out. Also, I'll be on the main channel on Back of the Bus here, streaming around 4:00. So tune in to us there as well if you got some time. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Go
sir.
blue.
Go blue. And that Back of the Bus, they be cooking over there on the back of the bus. It be some funny stuff. They be cooking, doing the Lord's work. We got one left in here. Bulls win. He was in here already, so let's see what you got, bro.
What up?
Yo.
What up, Johnny? How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man, to have another win over Ohio State, man. Feeling great. I mean, I hope Ohio State wins this natty, man. Hope they win this natty. I hope Ryan Day gets an extension, and I hope we get to face him for another 4 years, man. Because we're just gonna be taking to him year after year. I'm gonna love it.
Yes, sir. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, Ryan Day is the best thing that's happened to us.
I know, isn't that crazy? That's crazy because obviously like Jim couldn't get over that hump. I just don't think Ryan Day is going to have time, obviously. But I mean, but if he wins this natty, these fans are going to be so confused. Their heads are going to explode because they're going to hate him and then love him at the same time. And then it's going to happen again next year and the year after that. And so I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm looking forward to this because 2000s, man, that shit sucked. So
Yeah.
from 2000 to 2015, I think, man, it sucked. So get ready. I just want them to put the word out. Make sure you win that natty, you extend them. I'm loving it, man. Like just his mental weakness, bro. Like I don't know if you saw that clip at the end of the game when when that whole flag situation happened, and they show him looking like you actually had the camera on him. He's looking out amongst everyone. He's like, what, what happened? That
He's in the sunken
signified.
place. I seen it. I saw that.
Yeah, that just signified his whole career.
Yeah, he's just looking in space like
Yep.
he can't believe. I don't think he could believe what took place, that they got shut down like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was intriguing, their game plan going to the game. It seemed like him and Chip Kelly were like, "Yo, we have to run this ball. If we don't win the running game, we're not going to win this game." It's been proven 23, 24 years. So I get that, but you don't got players to execute that. What you do have, sadly, is your wheelhouse, wide receivers and the quarterback. So run those screens, right? Run those quick hitches, whatever you gotta do, run that shit and just don't run the ball. Like, forget about it.
Yeah.
Then pay
If
off.
I was them, I would have been play action and looking for that one-on-one matchup, and I would have been throwing it up 1-2 and throwing that ball deep. 1-2-3, throwing it deep.
Yep.
Whoever was one-on-one, I would have been throwing that thing up.
No, I agree. I agree 100%, man. And I mean, just to see all the people on Twitter of Ohio State and everything just melting down and everything. I don't know if you saw the Chris Drew thing from Minister Sports, his video clip of him melting down, over that recruiting class Ohio State had, 4 years ago, whatever, with Jack Sawyer and all them, and how they 4 years later got no gold pants. I mean, it feels great.
And that's what sucks for them, because all those dudes came back not just to win a championship, but you at least want to beat Michigan once. You at least want to go to the Big Ten championship. Not nothing, and they still didn't. You came back for those two things, and you didn't even those are the things that should have been easy for you this year with that roster, was to beat us and at least go to the Big Ten championship. You you ain't even gonna go. We ain't even talking about winning it. Sheesh.
I know. Oh shit! It's just so comical, right? Oh fuck, dude, that's comical. That's comical as hell, bro. Just you come back for nothing. Like, oh, but we're gonna get in the playoff. Okay, yeah, no, enjoy that. But your goals, like you ain't got no real goals. I mean, yeah, you got the natty goal, but other than that, it's empty. It's just an empty trophy.
Yeah, with all they talk about us, where they've dominated for so many years and all this crap.
Yep.
And you don't have that much to show for it.
Exactly.
They try to go from 2000 to now, we've got 2 national championships. Okay, let's go to 97. We both got 2.
Exactly. No, exactly. And it's great that their coach, just doesn't have that toughness. It's obviously not implemented in his recruiting, who he is, how he runs his offense, all that shit. It shows, it reflects. Ohio State people hate that shit. I'm gonna tell you what, they love the offseason. They love the offseason. They love this
because
recruiting shit, dude.
the offseason is hope. I always call it
Exactly.
in the offseason, you have a lot of hope, whether it's Michigan or whoever. You have hope for whatever. Okay, maybe let's hope Jim Harbaugh does this year. Let's hope Ryan Day does this. Let's hope Chip Kelly is the guy. Let's hope Jack Sawyer turns into a good or great edge rusher. Let's hope JTT lives up to his potential,
Exactly. So much hope, and they had so much hope, and I think honestly, I mean that better. They better look out. They better watch out because Sharon Moore, dude, like Lil Rocky, right? I saw the writing on the wall pretty quickly. That lot of adversity in the beginning, right? Just from coaches to his team to schedule and everything. I mean, who would have thought if I told Johnny, hey, you know what, Johnny, we're gonna go 7-5 next year. I'd be like, damn, really? Like, yeah, but we're getting number one recruit in in the class, right? We beat Michigan State, we beat Ohio State. How do you feel about that? You take that deal?
No, yeah, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. This year was it is what it is, but
Yeah,
there's so much, like we said, hope. There's so much hope for the future that
exactly, exactly. But at
it
least
looks
you can
sustainable. Like
say
we're on an upswing. That's what it looks like.
exactly, exactly. We're on the upswing. We're a little low, but we're on the upswing. Ohio State is at the peak, and they fell flat. So
Yeah, and you'll take the downward with the hope because you just climbed the mountaintop.
yep,
So, it's not like we had a down season after almost winning a championship or making the playoff and losing. No, we won the whole thing, undefeated.
exactly.
So we'll take the down with the uptick in recruiting, getting the number one player, and still beating Ohio State while we're down. You ain't getting no freebie. Oh, you thought you had a freebie. No get out of jail free for you.
Oh man, oh dude, the amount of tweets and everybody, dude, just everyone like, oh, it's coming. You're gonna get your medicine, like everything, dude. Everybody just dogging us and everything. And I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna walk in silence. Okay. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna be optimistic. Right. I'm gonna say nothing because I can't wait for that time to come. And it came.
Got you.
But yeah, no, appreciate your show, Johnny. Giving us an outlet here and letting all the guys, especially from Voice of College Football, come over here, and support you and give us an outlet as well. I see Burks is here going to town,
Yeah.
so appreciate you, Johnny, what you do, man. So, oh yeah, I know. I put a comment in there. I just thought about this as I was watching your show, dude. We're going to a fucking bowl game. And do you know what that means, Johnny? You know what that sadly means that we have to go to this bowl game with? Who's the coach that we don't want to be here on the roster? It's going to be here probably for that bowl game.
Kurt.
Yep.
Got one more time with Kirk. If I'm gonna fire him or demote him, I'd do it now.
No, I know. I want him out of here. I want him out the door.
Yeah.
We
Right
gotta
now, I
see
feel like
him.
you get your coach and get him in for the bowl game if you can. Sometimes they still have obligations or they might be in the
I
playoff or whatever.
know. That's what I'm thinking because I honestly want Garrett Riley. I like Garrett Riley. I like Mike Loxley too. That could actually happen. I didn't think about that because he's got a down year. They just fired, Walters or Waiters, whatever his name was, and so I'm pretty sure he's next. I would assume. So if he gets canned early, hey, that leaves it open. I just want him gone. I don't even want him on the staff anymore. His recruits are gone, so I'm good. You know.
Got you. All right,
But
bro. You
okay.
got anything else?
Nope. That's it, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Johnny.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you too, bro.
All right. And go blue, man. Go blue, guys. Smash.
Go blue. Yes, sir. Let me read these super chats. Let me read the supers. Where did I leave off? No. think I left off here. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Josephine Tracy. Mike Samer still became an NFL player in 2 years. Maybe Alex Orji can do the same at maybe linebacker. I wouldn't mind seeing him at linebacker or maybe even edge. You know, he's got the build. He's got the build of a linebacker, and he seems like he's physical enough to play the position. It's just half the battle with switching positions is embracing the position. He has to want to be a linebacker. He has to want to be an edge defender. If he still wants to be a quarterback, it's not going to work because he's not going to put his 100. He's not going to put 110% into the position change. You have to go 110% into the change. So you do the little things that you have to do to get better. You know, when you still want to play quarterback, you're not putting your heart into the change. Can somebody please check on Garrison? $2 super chat. My boy, he's somewhere around here licking his wounds, and hey, he's getting through it in his own way. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Magnetic. It's only one JJ McCarthy is too bad. Jeremiah Smith hates his name. Oh wow. Rock City, appreciate the $5 super chat. The day after is still so satisfying. Go blue. Yes, sir. Ora, OSU, 1 minute 57, top 0 points, 10 yards domination. Hey, them boys, you know, Ohio State, what Jim knows, I mean, not Jim knows, what Wink did to them in that second half, and it was just a thing in the whole game, and it wasn't just a half, because their only good scoring drive was a 2-minute drill before half. So besides that, he put a master class, and the players had the belief in knowing their assignments, executing it. That was a master class in the game plan. That, I mean, I've been saying it for the last 4 years. You know, you can let them move it 20-20. When they get in the red zone, you force them to kick field goals, or they go for it, and then you get nothing. And it was beautiful. You know, they didn't go for it on fourth. They tried to kick the field goal, and they got nothing. You know, I sit back and I watched. It was just so much trash talk. So much false bravado. And I have to call it false bravado because you didn't prove nothing. You ain't proved nothing. I never seen a team with so much false bravado that ain't done nothing against us, you know. And I tried to tell people, you know, out of all the pregame analysis that I do, you know, whether it's Oregon or like a Penn State, the Ohio State pregame analysis is the most serious, and it's probably maybe the most in-depth on what is going on in these games, you know. And I always get Ohio State fans that think when I bring up their weaknesses, I'm saying it like a homer. I lay out both teams' weaknesses, but you get mad about yours when it's not me making it up. It's just the truth. I told y'all that Will Howard was a bonehead. Oh, almost 80%. He's not going to cause him. You're not going to make him make many mistakes at 80%. Oh, okay, bet. Okay, I can show you better than I can tell you. I don't make this stuff up. If he was balling, I would tell you he's balling. But he's a bonehead, and he proved to be. Thank you. Come again. Told y'all. Told you Nebraska held you in check. Told you Penn State held you in check. Oh, you guys can't do it. Your offense is horrible. What does that have to do with playing great defense? Penn State's offense is horrible, but we seen them hold you to 20-something. Nebraska's offense ain't all that. So what does that have to do with holding you down? And did it again. It's like every year y'all offense get more and more terrible when y'all play us. It's like every year. It just gets worse and worse. They don't know where to blame. Ryan Day's he's in the sunken place. Jack Sawyer's ready to beat whoever that was. He's ready to choke slam him. He ready to rock bottom him. Hey, y'all lost to a bad team this year. We ain't good. It's pretty obvious we ain't that good. So yeah, y'all did. Yeah, y'all did, because we ain't good, brother. But yeah, so, and it all culminated with that video of Ryan Day watching Jack Sawyer like he's about to choke slam this dude, and he's just standing there like he don't understand or he's not there. Similar to earlier in the year, how we were talking about Sharon Moore on the sideline, like he's not there, like he's somewhere else. Ryan Day at the end of that game, and honestly, not even at the end, during the game, he was looking like the same way. Somewhere else. He's somewhere else. Where are you, Ryan Day? Ryan Day, where are you? Hey, coach, like somebody needs to shake him. Coach, wake up. Where you at? Coach. He ain't there. And you saw it at the end. This is how I know they think the game, they talk like the game means so much to them, but it means more to Michigan now. It means more to Michigan now. Jack Sawyer and some of the other players, when Michigan was on the field and we were, with the flag doing our thing or whatever, and you can look over, you see the Ohio State players. Your season's over. Your season's over. You don't have anything to play for. This game is, you came back to win this game. Yeah, right or wrong, Jack Sawyer. I remember you in Big Ten media days saying this what you came back for. Now it don't mean nothing. Also, the Big Ten championship don't mean nothing either, because this was you win the game, you go to the Big Ten championship. It all came down to this, and you can say whatever you want. The game, yeah, you lost 13-10. Why we get 13 on y'all? When you play defense, hey, once we got a lead, it's on us to stop them now. You see how when we got up 13-10, it was like ball game. 45 seconds, that's a lot of time in college. With the clock stoppage, that's a lot of time. Y'all couldn't even get a first down. Y'all couldn't even get a first down. You play defense, shut them down. Y'all supposed to have the best defense going against us? We shouldn't have been able to score 3. We should have had like 6 points. You got the best defense ever, right? I don't be wanting to hear them excuses. You see, when you tout your defense as being great, yeah, they played great, but why we get 13? Oh, Amir Hall intercepted it and brought it back to the 3. Why we score a touchdown? Why y'all didn't hold us to 3? Defense is great. I don't care about the excuse. Well, we got the ball on the 3. They got the ball on the 3. Okay, so what? You got the best defense. Show up. I don't care how you win. 13-10, 7-10, just win. That's how I feel about it, though. I'm different, though. I'm a defensive dude, so it ain't no excuse for me. Because late in that game, Davis Warren started making plays. He didn't make many. He made a couple. Khalil Mullins and that offensive line started to dig in a little bit. Hey, y'all defense played well, but against our offense, that ain't saying that much. Shut them down. Shut us down. I know you probably expected us. We shouldn't have had 6 points, right? Shut them down. An offense like us, you're supposed to shut us down. I ain't gonna front. This is a Michigan fan talking now. We shouldn't have had 6 points. If your defense is really like that, we shouldn't have had 6. Our offense isn't good. It's not good. We should have had 6. Imagine this. Think about this. Come with me on a journey. Last year in the national championship, Michigan held Michael Penix to 13 points. Michael Penix in Ohio State's great defense this year allowed that Michigan offense to score 13 points. Not with JJ, not with Blake, not with Donovan being a backup, not with Cornelius, not with Roman. Y'all let this Michigan offense get 13. Michigan last year in the national championship, Michael Penix, Adunze, and all them dudes could only score 13. Think about it. It's levels. It's levels to it. With no Loveland. You know? So, I mean, they played good, but you got to have context to it. If I was an Ohio State fan, I'm saying to myself, man, that Michigan team shouldn't have scored none but 6 in that game. Maybe 9. We should have won that game 9-10. That's how I'm thinking if I'm an Ohio State fan. We should have won that game 9-10. They would have got 3 field goals and that's it. You know? But that's how it played out. You know? Not Jim Knowles. Jim Knowles in the defense. I mean, they did play well, but it's not saying much going against our offense. Going against our offense, I expect even better than that. Y'all supposed to have the best defense. Y'all supposed to held us to 6. Honestly. Now, what Wink did, that was a masterpiece. Never before seen. Andre Barnes says the way Ohio State defense was hyped up, I thought Michigan wasn't going to score. Exactly. My point exactly. Even if we did get that interception on the 3, y'all supposed to hold us to 3 points. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying it's easy. That's not saying it's easy. And somebody else had a good point earlier about it being easy. You know, it hasn't been easy for Michigan. We went through those bad years. Then we went through the good years, but it still wasn't easy because, you know, Ohio State has so much talent. So we're used to it not being easy. And that's why I said that in the pre-games. It's not going to be easy. But do we want it to be easy? We ain't used to it being easy. You know, it was shocking that we won in the national championship. It seemed easy. That was kind of shocking. We played them and beat them almost like they was a cupcake. But we're not used to it being easy in the Big Ten or against Ohio State. You know, and it is what it is. But Ohio State, on the other hand, they're used to it being easy. Don Brown. A lot of Ohio State fans got that 2018 and 2019 game where they scored 56 and 60. And for whatever reason, they got it in their head that happens every year. Like they just, after those 2 years, they started expecting to score 60 on Michigan, which is the craziest thing ever. You won 2 games. I mean, they won more games. They won more games before that, but they won those 2 blowout games and just automatically started thinking that they're supposed to blow us out by like 40 and 30 points. when it hadn't been like that. You know what I'm saying? In those games, they scored 14 a quarter, basically, and they just got it in their head. That's how it's supposed to be every time. Did our big quarterback last, whose parents wanted him to redshirt this year, what do you think that he'll do? Was it a mistake for him to redshirt, or will he transfer? I'm not sure what he's going to do, you know? Hey, you've been on campus. Come out and compete. Either way, we need a portal QB, but you got to come out and compete. You know, you got to compete. He might want to go somewhere that needs a starter. If he did, I wouldn't blame him, you know, but at this point, we don't know what Jaden Davis is going to do. We never hear from him. Yeah, he seems to have trouble making tough catches, especially when they're high. He seems to have trouble making those catches. Yeah, I want Kirk Campbell gone, bro. Either demoted for sure. But if he was fired, it wouldn't bother me none. Not at all. I wouldn't lose no sleep. I wouldn't lose any sleep if Kirk Campbell was fired. Not a wink. Appreciate the 499 super chat. Says, what coaches should we keep and fire? Probably JB Brown, special teams, and I think he's safeties coach too. Probably fire him. What's his name? Kirk Campbell, fire. Brian G, whatever the linebackers coach is, I can't say his name. I'd probably fire him. Ron Bellamy, the route tree is garbage. I can't say our receivers run great routes. Honestly, I've wanted Ron Bellamy gone for a while now. I've wanted him gone for a while. What do you think Michigan trying to plant the flag at the end of the game and Ohio State trying to fight the Michigan players after? Ohio soft had more fight after the game. And that's just what it is. See, a lot of those players were there for the 2022 when we did it. And, you know, in the media and on the different spaces, and former Buckeye players were saying, oh, I'd never let that go down. I never let that go down. You know, don't let them disrespect our field, which is true. But so when they saw that it about to happen again, and I think this year Michigan did it before Ohio State. Most of the team left the field, so a lot of both teams were still all the way out there, and so you know they didn't want to let it happen. I mean, they still look soft because you lost, and now you're trying to stop us from planting the flag or waving the flag. You know, it made them look bad. Oh, you got your season is over. Yeah, but we beat y'all. All of a sudden, you came back for the rivalry, but now that you lost, all of a sudden the rivalry don't mean nothing. You get what I'm saying? So JTT, Jack Sawyer, Denzel Burke, all these dudes that came back for the rivalry. Oh, when they lose, now it don't mean nothing. Your season's over. Yeah. And we got bragging rights. We ain't lose to you. You know what I'm saying? Because those dudes, most of the players on Michigan's team have beaten Ohio State, have won the Big Ten, and have won a championship. Most of the players have won a championship on Michigan's team, whether it was Big Ten or national. And so you're still trying to do what Michigan has done because y'all haven't done it. You know, because it was like Mason Graham was calling him a pussy, calling Jack Sawyer a pussy. And Jack Sawyer's like, your season's over. But Mason Graham has never lost to you, Ohio State, Jack Sawyer. That's you. He's won the Big Ten 3 years. He was on those teams. And he's got a natty. He came back so you could really say Mason Graham and them dudes, they came back. They back just to stop you from completing your season goals. They did that just to stop you from getting your goals. You trying to go to the Big Ten championship? Nah. I could shut it down for the year, but nah, I got to play just to make sure you don't get your goals, Buckeye. Nah, you trying to reach some goals? Oh, you got goals of beating Michigan? Oh, you got goals of going to the Big Ten championship? Oh no. No, no, I can't let that happen. No, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Y'all ain't. Oh no, not on my watch. You ain't getting them goals. No, sir. Jack and JTT and Lathan and Sonny and Caleb. Oh, Caleb, you again? Boy, you again? I don't know what made you transfer. Caleb, I don't want to know what made you transfer here, boy. You know you got to go through us again. You a damn fool. You just like, hey, Caleb Downs, you just like losing to Michigan, don't you? You was at Bama and got you was at Bama last year. That was the appetizer. Oh, you wanted the full course. You said, that was good. That was good. So you wanted to go to Ohio State so you could be immersed in the rivalry. You wanted to get immersed in the rivalry and get the full course meal, boy. I don't know what you was thinking, Caleb. Who is advising you, boy? You like misery, don't you? Messing with us? You crazy. You should have stayed at Bama. You might have helped Bama get to the playoff. But you done came here and we done got y'all so miserable after that loss. Who knows? Your team look like it's about to implode. Implosion. Boy, you like misery. Misery loves company, they say. And so Caleb said, I'm leaving Bama. Those Ohio State. He must have watched Ohio State last year play Missouri, and he said, "Ooh, they look miserable. I want some of that." I want some of that. Ooh, I just lost to Michigan. Ohio State, they usually lose to Michigan. Yeah, I want some of that. Conference championship, they don't win the conference. Ooh, I want some of that. He said, I want some of that. Ooh, wee. Caleb, you should have stayed where you was at, boy. And Quinshawn, come on down, Quinshawn. So what's funny about Quinshawn is every time he would get it, like they would run to the outside on the little pitch play, or he might get 10 yards or something, and he was just so hyped. Yeah. Boy, calm down. That's all you gonna get, boy. You better save some. You better save some because you ain't getting seconds on these runs, Quinshawn. These good runs. You ain't getting seconds. That's all she wrote for you. That little 10, 15-yard run. Boy, that's almost all your yards in the game. Hey, Quinshawn would get on like a little 10 or 15-yard run, and he like a little kid. Boys, calm down. Save some for the next play. He must have knew he wasn't gonna get no more yards. Because he was letting it all out. He was letting it. Whoo. Whoo, these dudes, boy. Whew. Oh, the whole offense got nothing. They thought it was a game. See, Ohio State fans and their podcasters, and they thought after that drive before half that they were going, all right, we're going to come out second half because they've been saying we start slow. We're a second half team. And so they thought they were going to come out and get cooking. Yeah. It was some food on the plate, but you get nothing. Wink was cooking. See, Wink was cooking. Wink had the appetizer. He had the buffet. It was a buffet, but the only ones eating was Michigan. Ohio State was sitting there. Can we have some? Nah, you get nothing. That's what you get. Oh, you in the red zone? Oh, you gonna get 3 points? No, you get nothing. Oh, you in the red zone again? You want some points? No, you get nothing. And like it, love it. Matter of fact, love it. Sick of y'all. I might be a cyborg after that game. After watching, Josephine, after watching that game, I might have turned into a cyborg. I might be. Let me stop. Hey, I start talking. I start saying crazy stuff. Hey, Josephine, I done turned into iRobot. There you go, Ron. There you go, Ron. The king of the North. Because because let's say if Oregon was to win the Big Ten, that's not they're in the West, so it doesn't even have the same connotation. If Penn State does it, well, we didn't even play Penn State this year, so it doesn't. This is really an Ohio State, Michigan kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So this was Ohio State's real chance to take all that stuff back, and to shut us up. I know they wanted me to shut up, but Wink did the real. You get nothing. You get nothing, and we remain the kings of the North because the North remembers. Remember, y'all said y'all was gonna hang 100 on us. Remember, y'all said, oh, Michigan is soft this year. Oh, I forgot about that. Remember, they said you got Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's going to change the offense. He's going to make sure we're more physical. We're going to be able to run it on you guys this year. We're going to run it. And then Chip Kelly and Ryan Day's passing offense with Chip Kelly's run scheme, we're going to be running for 250. We're going to be throwing for 250. Woohoo! Ooh. I got all the receipts of all this trash talk. They said rent is due. They said rent is due. But they didn't realize we were the landlord. You owe us rent money, boy. You talking about rent is due. Am I the only one that was hearing rent is due? They didn't check their mailbox because you owe us money, boy. Y'all got to pay rent. We the champs. We the ones that's been winning the Big Ten. You got to pay rent. And then we done came to y'all house and y'all ducking and hiding. You know when somebody getting evicted and they can't believe the situation is played out and they about to get kicked out their house. That was Ryan Day yesterday, just looking off into space. We see our players was trying to plant our flag and then get them out of our new house. We're trying to get them out the new house. And Ryan Day and his kids, they trying to fight. It wasn't Ryan Day. His kids was trying to fight. This is our house. This is our house. No, you're getting evicted. You ain't paid your rent, boy. You're getting evicted. And Ryan Day sitting there like, because he know rent is due. When the bill collector come, when they repo your car and you just like, man, how did I let this happen? And your kids mad at the repo man. Your kid's mad at the repo man, but he just doing his job. What you mad at us for planting the flag for? We doing our job. We came, we conquered, rent is due. Pay your bills. Pay your bills. And you won't have to see us waving the flag. Pay your bills. Ryan Day over there, Ryan Day, Ryan Day was over there like he was on acid or something, or shrooms or something. Oh, the sun is amazing, bro. Have you ever looked at the sun? Oh, so cool. Have you ever just really looked up at the clouds, man? Amazing. Coach. Coach. JTT about to choke slam the player. Oh man, I don't know what to say about that, bro. You're ruining my trip, man. Man, this is a cool stadium. That boy is lost. Harbaugh took that boy's heart. Harbaugh took his heart, his soul. Good God. Ain't no way you should have all that talent, bro, and only be able to muster up 10 points. I mean, this is the defense we expected, but sheesh, 10 points? 10 points? You know, so it's everything that happened yesterday, you know, the build up to the game, what actually happened in the game, and then the chaos after the game was just wild. And then people trying to say, oh, Michigan's classless. Texas planted the flag on our field. Texas planted the flag on our field earlier this year. We had to deal with it. But we lost. We got destroyed. So we had to just deal with it. You know? Dan Lanning, Mr. Petty Dan Lanning, what did he do? He ran it up on us. People, oh, Johnny, you can't be mad at him. You can't be mad at him, Johnny. He did that. You can't be mad at him. Oh, okay. Even though I still was, I don't care what y'all say. I'm still mad. Care about no Dan Lanning. Weak ass. But who else? So you have to put your big boy pants on and just accept. We planted that. We dominated y'all in the game, held y'all down, and we planted the flag because rent is due. Rent is due. You know, y'all used to be so cocky and, you know, in the game, they used to be over there doing backflips and they got balloons. They used to be having a blast on that sideline. Not no more. Not no more. Y'all ain't having no blast no more. It ain't fun, is it? It ain't fun for y'all. It's fun for me. I'm having all the fun now. I'm having a blast over here. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. I'm having a blast. And this is the thing. Oh, yeah, Rashad, his time is coming. His time is coming. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it for him. But yeah, you know, we having and this is what I try to tell people. And because some people they try to wonder why I have so much fun and enjoyment out of this. Because when it's bad, it's bad. So when you have big time wins, when you go on epic runs like we did the last 3 years, it's not going to last forever. So I suck every last enjoyment, every last inch, every last morsel of enjoyment out of Michigan beating Ohio State, beating Penn State, beating USC, winning the national championship, winning the Big Ten. I suck let me change my words. I squeeze every last bit of enjoyment out of it. In the Ohio State rivalry, oh, I'm squeezing every last drop of enjoyment out of it. Every day I'm on y'all head. Every day I'm enjoying it. Every day. Hey, I be talking reckless. I'm too old, and the pause game is new to me. So I have to catch myself because I be talking reckless a lot of the time. Like I have to catch myself because everybody, oh, you said something questionable. Boy, in my day, we just called people the F word. And I ain't talking about F-U-C-K, the other one. We just went crazy with that. It wasn't no pause. We just said it all willy-nilly. You know the word, the F word. So, but I get my enjoyment out of it because I've seen it when it was bad and there wasn't anything to be happy about. There wasn't anything. So when it's going good or we have a big time win, I'm going to get every last bit of enjoyment out of that win. And I don't care who don't like it. I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it. Y'all want to be miserable and just, oh, we won. Woohoo. No, that ain't me. I'm having a blast over here. I'm having a blast. And that's just how I get down. Ohio State fans, some of them don't like it, but that's just me. But when we lose, I'm right there I'm right there in the paint. I'm right there. You say we trash? Yeah, we are. We are. I'm right there. I'm an equal opportunity. When we good, I'm right here holding the champagne. When we bad, I'm right here taking it head on, just getting all the smoke from all the other fan bases. I'm right here. So it is what it is. And then that's how I am, bro. Our generation, you could talk reckless, but if you showed any semblance of not being masculine or something like that, or you could just say something stupid and that F word was coming out, that 3-letter F word, or you could say the long version, that was coming out. We used that F word. Every other word was that. We was reckless with that one. Now you can't say it, but back in the day, back in the 90s, 2000s, oh, we was using that word after everything. Steve Dace really up there with James Yoder. Yes, sir. 90s and 80s. We was different. We was different with it. Yeah, see, people want to twist your words. They can't wait to try to make you on some gay stuff. But that's what Cam and Mace made that a thing now, to where everybody just, that was a New York thing. I never heard of that stuff until Mace and Cam started doing that stuff. I talk too reckless. I say a bunch of crazy stuff, so I ain't got time to be pausing. Oh, pause. I might say, he should have caught the ball. I would have had to pause. I'll say that 100 times on the video. I ain't got time for that stuff. I'm too grown for it. Got time for all that pausing. I ain't got time. Yes, sir. What up, Kinetic? But I guess I'm about to wind this one on down. I'm about to finish up. I'm sweating. Yeah, and it's went like wildfire. Everybody has to say it. Oh, pause. If I catch myself sometimes, but I talk so reckless, I don't got time for it because that's not even on my mind. Some of the stuff I be saying, it's not in a sexual nature. Yeah, that's a fact, Troy. That's a fact. Thoughts on bowl game? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't care about if we win it or not. I just want to, or where it is really. Well, if it's in Tampa, I might go, at the Buck Stadium. So that would be nice. But besides that, I just want Bryce to get the practices in. Bryce and some of those early enrollees to get the practices. Those are the guys that I really like. Bryce, we probably know he's going to start next year. Like, I want him to get those practices. You think Ohio State could compete with Georgia or Texas in the playoffs? It's possible. I think they would lose because they just lose those types of games for whatever reason. Like, I think they might put up a fight and it'll be a close game and they'll find a way to lose it, honestly. Or they could get blown. I wouldn't be surprised if they got blown out or they played those teams close and still lost. But I think that's about it, y'all. Let me go and get up out of here. I think that's all the super chats. Let me just make sure. Let me read this last one. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Ed Robinson. Ohio State's character got exposed. Plain and simple. Michigan came and applied pressure and they folded just like their coach. And that's a fact. Their coach, the pressure is too much for him. He doesn't know how to coach when it's that much pressure because there's added pressure because it's the Michigan game. So it's just too much. But I appreciate all y'all joining the call-in show. We got it done again. Another year of trash talk. They can say what they want. They was enjoying all those wins that other teams got against Michigan and just assumed that they were going to get theirs. Nah, boy, you got to earn your victory against us. You got to earn it. You thought it was just given. Boy, it's the game. Y'all forgot what it was. Y'all forgot what it was. This the game. Ain't nobody giving y'all nothing. Y'all better have y'all rent. Just wait until November. See you in November. Yeah, y'all keep saying that, and we keep beating y'all in November, and then y'all say it again. The cycle repeats. Y'all keep saying it. Do y'all really want to see us in November? I'm starting to think y'all don't want to see us in November. Talk about some see you in November. Let's talk about some see you in November. Do y'all really want to see us in November? I don't think y'all do. Because when y'all do see us, you get nothing. You get no win. You get no Big Ten championship game. You ain't getting nothing. No gold pants for you. No gold pants. I don't have any gold pants to take home. You get nothing. So I appreciate y'all joining the live. Don't forget to check out Boxing Maniac on Maze Madman's channel. Check out Marcus on A House Divided and Back of the Bus. And we're going to get out of here, y'all. I'm fatigued. It's great.